the right field Rangers there.
Yeah.
Rangers.
Rage finals before we get to trash today. Hey, Greg, how are you?
Hey, guys. Good morning to you. Hey, before I ask you something on the NBA Finals, I've been meaning to ask this for years. Every now and then that Cody block, I think you had something on there about the loudest stadiums during different times, and even though that was years ago, one thing I've always wondered, and I don't know if it was ever talked about, when Cody blocks that field goal against Tennessee, the replay they always show is that ball rolling around on the field, and it looks like Bama's about to run up and grab it, and there's a referee standing over it, and Cody's running down the field taking his helmet off. Could there have been a personal foul there? Because
Gary,
I never saw.
If you remember the game, it was on CBS, obviously. Gary Danielson actually brought that up. Now, that was a Gary Danielson staple, taking a great play and trying to find a penalty in it. He used to do that all the time, and it would drive me insane. But he actually brought that up, that there could have been. Now,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, if the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, it's only live and able to be advanced if the defensive team touches.
Yeah, once the offensive team touches it, the play's dead.
That's right.
Yeah, but to your point,
Okay.
the penalty, I guess, technically by rule could have been called. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the play was still going. I mean, boy.
It was talked a lot at the time. It was talked about a lot by non-Alabama fans.
I don't remember that at all for some reason. But anyway, here's what I wanted to talk about.
I should introduce you to a show in the afternoons. It's called Paul Feinbaum. If you ever listen to that, you'll get different sides of the aisle views there from fans that were not of Alabama who wanted to point out that he took that helmet off that year.
As long as the defense doesn't touch it after it crosses the line, there's nothing the offense can do. And I think that ball crossed the line of scrimmage. I've spent a long time.
It did. No, it did cross the line.
Okay.
But all right, on the NBA now, I've kind of dialed myself out over the last few years, but I've got back into this one. This is, just everything going on with the Knicks, and I'm pulling for them to do this. And but the one thing that I've been here, I was a big Jordan fan. I love that. I love Jordan, and everybody says Jordan would average 60. The way they played the game today. I don't know if I've missed something, but to me, this game looks like they're playing in a damn YMCA with no referees. It's like I don't know how Michael would score 60. I mean, to me, every time they come across half court, they start pushing them with the ball. To me, it just looks so rough. Did it used to be that way?
Oh, I thought it was rougher. I thought it was rougher.
Yeah, I will say, though, in San Antonio, with their big guards and how they like to defend you, Greg, they did let them get a lot handsier than, and this has been kind of one of the arguments in the NBA, like court by court. Oklahoma City got all the calls this year. It seemed like San Antonio got a good bit of those calls over games 1 and 2, still lost. It will be interesting to see how this thing is officiated in game 3. In my opinion, the NBA really needs San Antonio to win this game for whatever that's worth.
Well, and the narrative has become Karl Anthony Towns is roughing up Wemby, right? I mean, that his play on Wemby. So you wonder if there is more magnified officiating on Karl Anthony Towns.
But you should be able to do that. I mean,
I agree. I think he has gotten Wemby off his game.
The game is no fun if it's free access to the rim all the time.
Well, but to me, the roughness is happening as soon as they come over. The Knicks, especially, come over half court. It's like they get pushed. I mean, they push to a corner and they got to turn around and throw it. I don't know. I just don't.
Shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
From driveways to interstates, accidents happen fast. The insurance company's response? Here's our offer. Take it or leave it. Leave it. Call Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Over 250,000 clients. And no, they don't accept lowball offers. They fight, they win. Over $2 billion recovered. Call now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Live show on the road today in Auburn, Alabama. I thought we were dressing the part. Nobody dressed up like a soccer player today?
I don't think I've ever dressed like a soccer player in my life.
I have no soccer jersey. Now, my daughter is with me. She's in an Argentinian jersey over there.
I know. We're going to go one-on-one later on. We're going to roll out the ball and see who can beat who's still scoring.
Who
Set up some goals.
I will definitely take her.
Can we set a point spread on that one, please?
Ali is minus 480 right now.
480, okay.
We've got matching shoes on, though, right?
That's right. Yeah, you're dressed like a teenage girl. That's
I am.
awesome.
I was walking out. Maggie said, "Are y'all doing a show from the soccer game in Auburn, or are you playing tonight? Is it an old man's league going on?" We are down here at beautiful Bunkers, and I'm telling you, if you come to Auburn football or basketball games or baseball games or softball, or if you're going to school at Auburn or coming to visit your kid at Auburn, this place right off of the main street in Auburn, right off Glen Street here, is unbelievable. It's as far as I can see, it's a perfect sports bar. I've never seen a perfect sports bar. This is perfect.
I was talking to some of the Anheuser-Busch guys here, and like, this is not what I had in college. We had a lot of dive bars. They have got every top shelf liquor you could imagine here. Like, this is – who's paying for the college experience now?
That's a great question. This is a full city block. Am I right about this? This bar?
Yeah.
It's almost a full city,
Yep.
if not an entire city block, almost a full city block on Glen Avenue, just blocks from Toomers and Jordan Hare Stadium. It would be an incredible place to start a college football Saturday or basketball game weekend or baseball, like you said.
You know, the bars I grew up in never cared really about anything. Like the floors, like they're light fixtures. Probably cost more than the majority of bars that we were in back in the day. But I mean, it's going to be an awesome day. The campus already buzzing. We've got $5 Ultras and Stellas throughout the day. We're done at 3:00, but at 3:00, if you're ready to win the FIFA World Cup 26 tickets, courtesy of Michelob Ultra, you come into Bunkers 3:00 and you play for your chance. I don't know exactly what we're playing yet.
You've got to beat me and Brown's daughter by scoring a goal on us. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, there's a setup over there. We got to stock the ball and everything. So if you could score past them.
And souvenir World Cup cups as well. World Cup cups. A little redundant, but a little Mick Ultra World Cup logo on the other side. I can't imagine how much they had to pay to be able to use that trophy, or maybe these are out of somebody's trunk. I don't know, but they taste good.
I will say this right over Lance's right shoulder right here, with your boy, they were laughing at you in the back for calling him Lionel Messi.
Is it not Lionel Messi?
Lionel.
You think anybody in the stadium tonight will call him Lionel?
Because they were saying, I wonder if Lance's 4 downs tomorrow will have best Lionel, Richie or Messi. Is that in there? Is that in 4 downs?
Oh, man. Who would you go there? I guess you got to go Messi, right?
I think I would Messi over Lionel.
I mean, we are in Alabama, and Lionel Richie is an Alabama guy.
Yeah. But anyway, these have been disappearing just because of his image on them.
Wow.
Like, they put them up all over town, and they go back, and they're gone. So they may start selling these. I don't know.
Yeah, this cup's a good cup, and it's filled with great Stella and Mick Ultra all afternoon long as we get going. But if you're wondering about the crowd tonight, according to the Auburn folks, they expect to set a state of Alabama record, which is more fans to watch a soccer game in the state of Alabama than ever before.
What's the number? Oh, I bet
the number we were there. We were at the game. It was 1996. In the 96 Olympics, Argentina, ironically, beating Team USA 3-1. Argentina would go on and lose to Nigeria in the gold medal game in Athens between the hedges. They chopped up the hedges. But there were 83,183 that night at Legion Field. And when Ted Feely, the Auburn SID handling the soccer event for Auburn, sent out an email yesterday saying, we will set a record for the largest crowd ever to see a soccer match in the state of Alabama, I said, tickets that good that you're going to get past 83,183 in the building? He goes, I think so. I think so. I wouldn't have sent it out. So good crowd tonight at Jordan Hare. And as you're making your way in town, as you're listening to us, Bunkers is the place to pregame right here. And come by and have a chance to win tickets and enjoy the great Bud Light, Mick Ultra, and
our friends with Stella.
I heard this morning that a lot of the European players are already complaining about the heat in the South.
I can imagine.
And you see Messi on the field last night. You saw that video rolling there at Pat Dye Field from last night as they were practicing.
I'm just like, this is not Southern heat yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
We haven't even touched it yet.
Well, I listen.
Little do they know they're catching a break.
Lance's lock. Go ahead and get ready to play. Mexico by I don't know how you can play soccer, but they're going to be the favorites in their first game coming up on Thursday. It's the first game of the actual World Cup, but it's a day game at Mexico City. I think they're playing South Africa. Go multiple goals, however many goals you can take, because of not only the heat, but the altitude at Mexico City now compared to what they'll have at South Africa coming over. I was listening to an analyst on Fox Sports on the way down here, and he was a soccer guy. He was talking, oh, this is easily a multiple goal win. I project the final to be 2-0 in favor of Mexico.
It's such an easy winner. It's going to be 2-0. No margin of error at all.
Yeah. So where is this game being played?
It's Mexico City.
Oh, it's in Mexico City.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. All of them are in Mexico, Canada, or the U.S.
So altitude's good, not the heat and humidity, but the altitude.
Oh, the heat in Mexico City is pretty good.
It's got to be hot in South Africa, or is it winter there now? Is that the problem?
I don't know.
So is this Mexico and South Africa?
Yeah, the first game on Thursday.
Mexico's only -1, -140, or you can just play them on the money line -236.
Yeah, well, I would hammer if you can get multiple goals.
Should I get on South Africa right
Oh, no, I'm telling you, early play Mexico. Later in the show, before we get to all Brendan Sorsby stuff that you've heard a lot about from every podcast and radio show and TV show for the last 24 hours, but we've got a lot of thoughts, a couple of things throughout the show. But later in the show, to get us all ready for the next month of the World Cup, other than me going out and buying this T-shirt, we've got World Cup teams and who they are in college football.
Okay.
This is our list. We've all curated this list, and we'll argue and debate whether this team is this in college football to try to help you get ready as you watch the World Cup, which starts. But again, enjoy the great Bud Light and Mick Ultra and the Stella throughout the entire month as we get ready for the World Cup, and enjoy the World Cup as the games begin on Thursday. Team USA plays in prime time on Fox Friday. And according to the analyst I listened to this morning, Team USA win there, and they look good to the knockout stage.
-0.5 right now. So
if they
USA
lose,
is favored against Paraguay.
If they lose there, then it's going to be a struggle, even with the expanded field. They'll have to upset Turkey or do something magical to get in. So they need at least a draw, if not a win on Friday. Huge game on Friday night. Team USA.
This Team USA, are they our best shot since?
You know how many times I've heard this?
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
This is every World Cup.
It's the best shot since the last time it was here in the U.S.
Which was 96?
No, it was 94.
94?
94.
So this will be the best shot since basically I was in high school. But I mean, again, I hear this every time. And unfortunately, and it's not that I want this to happen, but it happens every time I hear, man, this is the biggest game in our lifetime for U.S. soccer. They lose every single time. So
let me ask you this: if we did a bout, this probably dumb. It is dumb, but I'll throw it out anyway.
Throw it out anyway. It's not the dumbest.
If you're like, okay, we're going to take these 12-year-olds, the best athletes in the United States, and we're going to guarantee them $50 million apiece if you win a World Cup. For the next World Cup, they would be eligible. Yeah. Do you think you could bait some guys into playing?
Yeah, that works in China.
Well, they don't have a choice. These guys can go make $50 million. Hell, by then, NIL, you might make $50 million in 4 years in college football.
Yeah, you may. Speaking of making money in college football, the Brendan Sorsby status and the fallout, which is the more interesting part of this now, after LT tells us about the great folks at Hoover Toyota. Listen, I drove by the lot last night. They've got new cars and trucks coming in. They were unloading a new load last night. The first part of the lot I got to, I was like, man, there's been a lot of trucks sold. It was a little couple open spaces there, and then I saw trucks, new ones coming off the truck there.
Yeah, that's the I've gone there before with the pre-order. Sometimes they've got the best inventory out there, but sometimes you get out there and you want a certain color, and they might not have it. Well, you know what? They're going to pull it right up there, guys like Harold, and they're going to be like, we'll have this in 10 days. Whatever the number is, more than likely they've already got it. Their inventory is great. I'm speaking from experience. Bought my daughter a car there back in 2024. I'm in the Land Cruiser that I brought down today. Absolutely loving that experience. Make sure you stop in, conveniently located Highway 150. Beautiful location there. Go see Scott Peoples, all the fine folks. Tell them the Next Round sent you. They've got that red carpet program. They want to make sure that they capture you as a customer for life. They've been serving Birmingham, Alabaster, Vestavia for over 2 decades now. For more information on the on-site finance department and, of course, that great inventory, HooverToyota.com.
All right, so during the show yesterday, Brendan Sorsby gets that temporary injunction, and until the NCAA wins an appeal, the court date right now is not until February.
I did not expect that part. Did you?
No. But they may try to expedite this and do something over the next 81 days.
That's the game changer from what I have heard, because they laid it down February 8th. It is going to be tough for another injunction to be filed to actually get this thing shortened up. Most people believe that know the law inside and out, at least from what I heard, is this is going to be in effect the entire season.
Yeah. 7th Circuit Court of Appeals in the state of Texas is where this would go on appeal. I saw Brandon Marcello last night. There are 4 judges. You've seen this?
Mm-hmm.
4 judges seated in the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals in the state of Texas, which, by the way, seems like you need an odd number, but who am I? I didn't go to law school at Jacksonville State. Of the 4 in the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals, how many do you think are guns up? Texas Tech grads.
I mean, if you just went pure percentages, you would say none, but because you're saying
incorrect.
This, I'll say 2.
4 out of 4.
4 for 4.
Yeah, we got 4. We got 8 guns in the air. 4 for 4. So that's, and look, maybe they go by the law more than they go by guns up, but that's who would hear any sort of appeal. So this seems to be an uphill climb for the NCAA.
The most interesting part of this whole thing, though, is what happened after that yesterday. Not just the reaction of every talking head like us, because we say things sometimes and we don't have to go back and negotiate with, if you're Greg Sankey in the SEC, you can't, you can say you can take a position on one thing, but you still have to go negotiate with ABC, ESPN for a TV deal, or you got to go back and deal with Alabama or Texas or whatever. There's ramifications and consequences to your words. Not always when we do what we do, but yesterday, what happened, other than all the reaction and what we do to the Sorsby thing, was you had the athletic directors and presidents at Nebraska and Georgia, a Big Ten school and a SEC school, by the way, who sent memos and emails to all their coaches and administrators saying, you're to not schedule Texas Tech. You're not to, if you've got games with them, contact us immediately. We'll work to get out of those games. The Big Ten is actually getting together on a meeting this week to discuss future scheduling of Texas Tech. And even Brett Yormark of the Big 12 is having to talk to his own ADs and school presidents about whether or not they're going to play Texas Tech this year or not. You're going over there. So give me why that reaction.
First of all of these programs, these ADs, these head coaches, there's been nefarious inside behavior on all their programs, I'm sure. This is just so out there right now. There is no chance. You've got contracts with different TV partners. You're not going to be able to scrap Texas Tech. It sounds great in principle on the surface, and you can all get together. Brett Yormark, the commissioner of the Big 12, is probably the only guy that could maybe do something. But at the end of the day, Texas Tech's going to be able to play these games. Brendan Sorsby is going to be able to play these games. But you can bitch and complain right now, but nobody is going to take Texas Tech off their schedule.
So do you think?
But I think moving forward real quick in the Big
12, in the Big 12,
the Big 12, the Big 10, like, it's an easy excuse to not play them. Like, why would you want to play them anyway?
First team that came to mind was Texas, because the gauntlet got thrown down on Texas.
This is an easy excuse.
It is an easy excuse, and now you've got a conference team that has said we're not scheduling them in anything. And I don't know if the Texas AD, I cannot say his name right now.
Chris Del Conte.
Chris Del Conte gets on the horn to Greg Sankey and says, hey, if you would do this conference wide, it would take some heat off my guy Sark. What's it going to hurt? So do you think this is performative by Georgia and Nebraska, saying we're not scheduling them in any sport?
I don't, because Yormark, the Big 12 commissioner, had to comment yesterday. Jim Phillips made a comment, said it's a horrendous pattern we're in. The two guys you didn't hear from were the Big Ten commissioner and the SEC commissioner. I didn't see comments from either Petiti or Sankey. But you did have a Big Ten school and an SEC school. And then Pete Thamel says Big Ten officials are expected to discuss in upcoming days a league-wide mandate to not play Texas Tech in any sport, per 3 Big Ten sources. This is in the wake of Nebraska AD Troy Dannon informing his staff today that they aren't allowed to schedule Texas Tech. Now, this just isn't football. This is basketball. This is baseball, softball, volleyball, track. It's, hey, you've got the Scarlet A, or in this case, the Scarlet double T's.
I'm one of those.
It
always comes back to the Rams. Hey, we don't need these first-round picks. We are playing for in the moment. If I'm Texas Tech, we're playing for in the moment. We finally got our quarterback.
Yeah.
Let's go all in. Let's see what happens. It sounds nice that all these people are saying they're not going to schedule us. And maybe it gets to the point where Texas Tech is like, we basically have to tap out and we're going to have to rule him ineligible. But I think Texas Tech knew the shitstorm that was going to come on the backside, and I think they were prepared for that. They're all in with Sorsby right now, and I don't think they're going to budge. I really don't.
Do you guys think that these schools have a legitimate stance that they're not scheduling them anything? Because basically what they're saying is we've got an NCAA member institution that is actively fighting on behalf of a guy who admits to gambling on his own sport. We can't play that team. Like, I don't blame Georgia and Nebraska and the Big Ten and whoever else jumps in and says, we're not playing them. That is not right. I mean, you can't.
No, I get it's not right.
Some sort of repercussion.
But that is football. Now, you are making a stance by going, hey, look, the athletic director, he's culpable. We're going to hold them all accountable.
Because if they'll do it in football, they'll do it in basketball, they'll do it in golf, they'll do it in women's softball, is what I would say if I'm a commissioner or if I'm an AD. I applaud Georgia and Nebraska for doing this, because you've got to make a stand somewhere.
Yeah, but where's that stance? Why is it gambling and it's not domestic battery?
Well,
why is it gambling and not speeding or drunk driving? But that's what Cody Campbell tweeted. The billion-dollar booster of Texas Tech sent out a tweet after the Georgia AD said what he said, and the Georgia president had his comments. Cody Campbell simply said, just correct me here, how many arrests have you guys had for speeding and traffic violations and stuff?
He makes a good point there, but I would say the difference is, and this is across all sports, Lance, for whatever reason, I am not saying this is right. I am not saying it should be applauded. I'm just saying it is the real world, and this is where we are. Every professional and collegiate sports league has found a way to look the other way on domestic violence and alcohol, driving-related issues, and even drug issues, but they are all stand united in gambling issues.
Well, it's not black. I mean, the gambling is black and white.
It's black and white.
Like, it is laid out there. You know the repercussions. I mean, if you had something in stone, I don't know how you can do it because of, all of the legal angles that are involved. But if you had something that said, hey, any type of domestic violence, you're done.
And here's why I would make some sort of separation between those two things. Is there are times where a domestic violence allegation and even an arrest comes about, and then it goes to court and charges get dropped, or the stories don't match up, the judge throws it out, the guy is found not guilty, now you've suspended him and he's not guilty. This is a situation where a player is saying, I absolutely did this.
That's right.
Make no mistake about it. I bet not only on my own sport, but on my own team. Like, I did it. I'm admitting to it. So this is cut and dry. And that's why I applaud these schools for making some sort of stand. I don't know if it's going to affect Texas Tech at all, but Lance, if you're Georgia and Nebraska, I don't know what else you can do to make a stand in this situation.
Well, again, I think it's easy for Georgia and Nebraska because I don't think anybody wants to play Texas Tech. And I'm not talking about the other sports. I'm just looking at football right now. It does get really interesting if you're like, hey, we're not playing any of these Olympic sports against them to prove our point here. But do you guys really think, with as hungry as the Big 12 is for any kind of piece of the pie they can get with their television partners, they're really going to be like, we're not playing Texas Tech? Texas Tech is by far the biggest draw in this league now, especially with Sorsby playing. Can you imagine what the ratings are going to be for Texas Tech football?
I got more on Sorsby playing right after we tell you about our great friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Weather looks pretty good now the rest of the week, but there will be more storms popping up, and your roof is for a lot of people, the home is the biggest investment. That roof protects the home. It protects the family. And Greg from Pell City is a family man. He and his wife, Andrea, own the company, and they can jump on that roof and give you a free, no-cost roof inspection. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. 20-plus years locally owned and a local roofer is so important because he stands behind his work. He can sort of maintain everything that goes on top of your roof. And Greg will give you that free no-cost roof inspection. You call the number on your screen, or you simply go to stormrestorationroofing.com, stormrestorationroofing.com. New roofs. He also does storm damage repairs. It's all with Greg from Pell City on Facebook, stormrestorationroofing.com. You know what's going to happen. And really, it's already happened if you look back at some Cincinnati games last year. Brendan Sorsby, who, by the way, I'll stick by, I don't think he's worth all the money he's getting paid. I don't think he'll be a top 5 quarterback this year, maybe not even a top 10 quarterback. Maybe I'll end up being wrong. But in some of the big moments last year, he melted. And now we know he was gambling. So as Scott Strickland, the Florida athletic director, said, this is a Black Sox-like scandal. So let me ask you something. So this year, Texas Tech is favored by 14.5, and they're playing somebody. And they're up 14, and late in the game, there's this, little pass out into the flat that he underthrows it. It gets picked and taken to the house. Texas Tech still wins the game. But what's the first thing everyone's going to say?
Everybody.
So going back to last year in those meltdown situations, very easy to find out, and I don't know where this investigation, I'm sure we'll get more details on it, but let's just say that he was playing with DraftKings.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get his information.
Know his position.
And I guess you could subpoena DraftKings and get this information.
I'm not saying him betting on it now, but we know how he's in that world.
That's right.
And he is the focal point now. The pressure that is on this kid now, everyone is going to look at everybody's totals. Hey, why did you not throw it to the open guy in the flat? Why did you force it in there to the receiver who, because I would imagine at DraftKings or anywhere else, there will not be a total on Brendan Sorsby all year long.
Yeah, you can't put him in player props, even if he plays.
Yeah, it would be really, really difficult. Now,
but his receivers and his running backs will be there. Hey, why'd you option out of the run play there?
Yeah,
because if that guy gets one more yard, he's in his over. Did you have the under, Brendan?
For the record, again, I don't think he should be playing. But with that said, I don't think there's any chance he would ever entertain anything like that moving forward.
I would agree, but you're always going to suspect he does, aren't you?
The cloud is there. The questions are going to answer. Yeah.
I mean, if there's a pass,
because I don't know, with him being on the field, did he ever wager anything? When he was a backup at Indiana, he played some of their games, but he played on Indiana.
Yeah.
So again, it's much easier to manipulate the other side.
I know we throw it away, Lance, that he didn't play, but if I'm on the team, I know who's hurt.
That's right.
I know the game plan.
Yep. I know a guy that might be
look, he's got inside. I'm saying,
or I can put a big enough bet on it that I can throw you. If you drop a pass, I can give you a little of the juice here.
Well, that's what you worry about, the integrity of the game,
that's right.
Influencing anybody else. But I'm saying, I just on the surface, I don't believe that was the case. Again, he's not supposed to be betting. It's black and white. He shouldn't be playing.
For all the reasons we're naming. That's why that's the rule, right? Because
no doubt
that brings into,
the integrity of the game. And it's why it's different than domestic violence. As bad as domestic violence is, it doesn't impact the integrity of the game.
But with all this said, do you guys think he will play this year?
I do. I think Texas Tech is all in. They appear to have the courts on their side, and the hearing's not until February.
That's the thing. When I heard temporary injunction, I was like, oh, that's the same thing we saw with Bediako. It'll get thrown out. But the more you hear people say, hey, look, this thing is in February, they are going to continue to push on February, and he's going to play.
Okay, let me ask you this. 2-game suspension, that's what he's getting right now. Virtually nobody they play. If I'm Brett Yormark and I'm the commissioner of the Big 12 with the other Big 12 schools upset and the rest of the free world upset, what if I suspend him
all conference games
for the season?
Yeah,
from Big 12
I think you should try.
Okay, and then after the court hearing in February, we'll grant you another year of eligibility. We've talked to the NCAA, and if that doesn't go your way in February, we'll give you another year of eligibility. But until this is cleared up, you are suspended from playing.
Again,
we're going to stop your eligibility clock, so there's no violation to your freedoms of being able to play. And if you choose to go to the NFL next year, that's on you. But February, until this is cleared up, we're stopping your eligibility clock, but you're suspended. I think that's a great rule.
Well, guess he's got the leeway as the commissioner of the Big 12. I just don't know.
The eligibility clock I don't know about, but he could certainly suspend him, yeah.
Well, he's got to try to make a move because I think
agree.
he is the only person at this point that can do anything about it. And you think about the only athletic director, Kirby Hocutt, and Texas Tech is over here. Everybody else is over here. So you've got to placate to everybody else.
The answer to your question is how much power does Cody Campbell have among the Big 12? Because Yormark works for the Big 12 president. So if Cody Campbell's got a lot of sway over those guys, Yormark might be risking his job doing this. My gut tells me the presidents will back Yormark and he'll be just fine.
But would you guys also agree that Big 12 football will never have the ratings they're going to have this year if he plays?
Okay, so can I ask this question that I asked you earlier? Is this the biggest villain in all of sports right now, Texas Tech?
Yeah.
Don't you think everybody is tuning in praying they lose? Any close game will be massive ratings because everybody's going to want Texas Tech.
Oh, and everybody's going to want Brendan Sorsby to fail. They're going to, Dunaway, your opinion on him going into the season, everybody wants that to play out.
But don't you think that kind of stuff, and I was going to bring up the villain thing later on, but since we're talking about it, don't you think that kind of stuff can weigh on a team?
Yeah,
I saw it happen in a smaller microscope with the softball team because they had the same reputation. They got an All-American from Florida. They got an All-American from UCLA. They paid the $1 million to get the girl from Stanford. So they sort of were the villains of softball.
I'll tell you where you saw it the most. We all saw it was with Alabama basketball and Brandon Miller. Totally different situations, obviously. But Alabama became a little bit of a villain, and when you were around that team in the postseason,
there was no joy.
You could sense it.
You could sense it.
You could feel it.
But on the other side of that whole spectrum is Auburn and Cam Newton in 2010. Like they were able to galvanize, and how they did it was pretty incredible.
Yep.
So, like,
which is why Gene Chizik should be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, Texas Tech. I mean, look, it's an easy sell for Joey McGuire. Look, it's us against the world. That's your brother. That's your quarterback now. And I'm sure his teammates are going to fall in love with him. If he goes out and he balls out and they win all these games, what's that going to do for his draft stock, knowing with the adversity that he is facing? It could go the complete other way.
It could go the other way because, okay, Lance, we're just coming off the practice field. They don't do two-a-days anymore, but it's 107 in Lubbock. And you're coming off the practice field, and here's 18 local microphones, and you play defensive end. What do you think the first 7 questions are going to be about?
That's
Sorsby.
Okay.
Yeah,
now, Ryan, you're at Big 12 Media Days.
Oh.
We're not going to take Brendan to Big 12 Media Days because we're not going to put him through that. But my gosh, you as a linebacker, Ryan, you got to go to Big 12 Media Days. What's 17 questions about Brendan Sorsby?
Every microphone.
And then post-game, every post-game.
Yep.
Hey, why do you think Brendan threw that interception there?
I mean, to your point, it did galvanize Auburn around Cam Newton, but Brendan Sorsby's teams are going to have to take all his bullets. And that's going to be the bad part of it is I got to go out and speak for you, Brendan, because they never give you to the media.
You hate doing it, but, it's not like Alabama players were the most accessible under Nick Saban. You could pick and choose sometimes. But if I'm Joey McGuire and I'm Texas Tech, it's almost like gag rule in order.
Yeah. Well,
just to take the pressure off the rest of the team.
Or do you just roll? So, I mean, what more could Sorsby say, Jim? He's already admitted to gambling and he's playing.
That's right.
What could he say?
Well, you know what he's going to say. Hey, look, I'll take questions on football and this team, but I'm not going to be talking about the past.
Yeah, but I would not want to be the Texas Tech
media relations
person all year long. They're going to say, remember, questions about this game, this team only, no gambling questions or anything like that.
And the media will rightfully ignore that because you shouldn't tell me how to do my job if I'm in the media. They'll ignore that, and they'll start asking whatever they want to ask. Okay. That's their job. It's what they should do.
Texas Tech, as good as they were in the Big 12 last year, we know once they got to the college football playoff, they couldn't score a point, or they couldn't score a touchdown, and we saw, how bad that offense looked against Oregon. Even if they were to go out and win a national championship, everyone would discount it, right?
Yes. It'll be the biggest asterisk national championship ever.
Yeah, because
I can't think of another one.
Because we look back at the Auburn, nobody asterisk that anymore. In the moment, I'm sure there were SEC fan bases that were like, this is complete crap.
Travis.
Yeah, they didn't deserve to win this. Right. But we look back and we look at that as the greatest, maybe the greatest season in college football history.
I never hear anybody say Oregon deserved that championship.
Yeah, I think in 15 years, in 20 years, people would still be saying, like, they didn't deserve this.
Yep.
Clay's with us on the show today, coming up in hour number 3, his usual Tuesday visit. That'll be at 2:05 Central Time, 3:05 Eastern, if you're listening or watching us live on all the platforms today. Later in the show, we'll get back to some college football. But in the next segment, we've taken World Cup teams as we get ready for soccer tonight here in Auburn. and we compare them to college football teams, their history, their current status, and who are they in college football. So as you, the college football fan, gets ready for the next month, watch World Cup soccer as we wait 81 days on our Innisfree countdown to kickoff for college football to return, we'll tell you which World Cup soccer power is your college football teams. That's in the next segment. We'll get to that, and we'll talk some Alabama on the way to the World Series, Troy on the way to the World Series, travel days out to Omaha for everybody today and tomorrow out there. The show today being brought to you in part by our friend Alexander Shinara, Trial Attorneys.
Shinara.com. He's got a billboard or two on 280 between Birmingham and Auburn. Don't know if you guys noticed that, but you'll see a few Alexander Shinara billboards there. Reason being is because he wants the world to know he's here to help you with any legal issue you have, not just personal injury situations. When you think of him, I'm sure a lot of times you think just personal injury. No, sir. How about bad drug and device claims, fire and storm damage, employment claims, workers' compensation, all of that right there covered under one roof with our guy, Alexander Shinara. And you don't pay a dime unless they win your case. And boy, do they win cases. More than $2 billion recovered for their clients. You can see more with Alexander Shinara, Trial Attorneys. Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shinara, Trial Attorneys. Shinara.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
From driveways to interstates, accidents happen fast. The insurance company's response? Here's our offer. Take it or leave it. Leave it. Call Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. Over 250,000 clients. And no, they don't accept lowball offers. They fight, they win. Over $2 billion recovered. Call now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right, and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Back with you on the next round. We're at beautiful Bunkers in downtown Auburn, getting ready for Argentina tonight as they play at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Again, they're expecting a crowd over 83,000, maybe packed by the time we get to the kickoff tonight. I guess it's a kickoff for soccer as well. We're about to talk a little World Cup soccer, but not with any intelligence. We're going to talk about it with a little twist of college football.
By the way, 5 billionaire athletes. You think you guys can name them?
All in the World Cup?
No.
Oh, just overall.
Yeah.
5 billionaire athletes.
Yeah,
I would say,
I'm not including Vince McMahon. Vince
Yeah.
McMahon is a billionaire.
I'll say Messi and Ronaldo from soccer easily.
Actually, there is 6.
Okay.
Messi and Ronaldo are 2.
Okay.
There's 4 more.
I think I'll be stupid here. I know you have Tom Brady's new venture coming up in trash.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think you do.
Good Nut.
Yes.
That's the name of it. Yeah. Apparently they were out of names.
He's not a billionaire yet.
Okay.
Okay. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods, yes.
LeBron.
LeBron, yes.
I was going to say LeBron.
Is the 5th one?
There's 2 more.
Oh, there's 2 more.
Yeah. Yeah, 6 total.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
Are they not obvious?
They're obvious.
Are they very obvious?
God. Peyton Manning owns a lot of things.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
That one, I mean, I can't believe y'all haven't said it yet. One is like the most obvious outside
One of them
Tiger.
saved the Looney Tunes.
What'd you say?
I said one of them saved
Michael
the
Jordan.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, and then one more. And when you think about the business ventures from this guy, it makes a lot of sense. And
Magic Johnson.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, Magic Johnson. 6 billionaires.
But, I mean,
soccer's one of them playing.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Billionaire, and he's still playing tonight.
Yeah, that Messi will be on the field. I wonder if he'll be the richest guy in the stadium.
You think so? Is the yellow fella going to be here?
Yeah.
That might be a battle.
Yeah, is the Apple guy going to be here?
Yeah.
Those are the only ones where it gets close, unless we get to some NIL athletes down the road at some point. All right, the show today being brought to you by our friends at Inverness Country Club, and then we'll pair up World Cup teams for this year's World Cup with college football programs.
ICCalabama.com. That's the website to go to for Inverness Country Club. If you're looking for a country club home in the Birmingham area, Inverness is a great spot for you. You need to set up a tour with our friend Erin. Erin Hilliard is her name. She'll take you on a tour there at Inverness and show you the place. Every part of it. You'll see a beautiful golf course. You're going to see a newly reconstructed tennis facility. They're almost finished with that. It's world class. The pool that is a resort style pool with a cabana. Clubhouse is beautiful. Food is great. The people are amazing there at Inverness Country Club. So call Erin and set up a tour now. Tell her we sent you. You want to play golf for the next round, please. 205-991-8608. 205-991-8608, or see everything I just talked about right there online, ICCalabama.com. The best days happen at Inverness Country Club.
Okay, in the chat room and on our socials at Next Round Live, educate us and help us on what we get wrong of this. This isn't anybody else's list. The three of us, mostly Brown and me, LT helped us with a couple we were stumped on. So really we need LT to correct us first on where we're wrong here. Let's just pull the Band-Aid off since we're here at Bunkers in downtown Auburn. Belgium has won before, but it's been a while. They've been down a bit.
Is that Auburn?
Sort of Auburn.
Yeah. So they've won a championship, Belgium has.
Yeah. They're past champions.
But it's been a minute. And their coach liked to play a lot of golf and didn't win enough games. Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Auburn's not going to have these odds. I've just got the odds to win the World Cup.
Okay.
Belgium is 33-1, which is, I mean, there's only
9
teams shorter odds.
Okay.
Okay. All right. But I think historically, that kind of describes Auburn.
It kind of reminds me of Tennessee this year.
Okay, there's a good one.
Tennessee coming up. I had Clemson also next to Belgium. It could be a little Clemson as well.
Okay.
They've had it, but their days passed. But that's where we'll pull the Band-Aid off on Alabama too. Italy. Brown, you were researching Italy. Why Alabama and Italy?
Did I say Alabama was Italy?
I thought so. That's what I wrote down.
Oh no.
That they'd won championships in different periods of time, but had sort of slipped the last couple of years.
I think Italy's got 4 championships, and they've won one like in every generation.
Do they claim any from any that they maybe didn't win?
It's very interesting.
All right, so Italy's got, here's why I said Italy was Alabama. They've got 4, 1934, 1938, 1982, 2006. Now, Brazil's got 5. That's more. We'll get to them in a moment. But the reason I say Italy is because they have won it over a long period of time. They've won a bunch of championships.
Consistently good.
And they've consistently won them over, it hasn't been all grouped in one. They've consistently won them over a long period of time. That's why I say Italy. Italy is Alabama. You're okay with that?
Well, I mean, I can't get a number on Italy here.
Oh, no.
I'm trying to find out where their group is.
Yeah.
Now,
we got some guys in here in scarves. Are you guys local? You're from Mexico? Are you from Mexico? Okay, we're getting to Mexico.
Okay.
I bet they won't know the
But you know college football.
Do you know anything about college football in America? Somewhat? Okay.
We've got Mexico as Tennessee, like the Volunteers of Tennessee. Like Mexico is good, should be in the knockout rounds, maybe to the quarterfinals, but you guys never really win a championship. Is that fair?
That's fair. He owns it. He owns it. All right.
I mean, Mexico's odds are worse than the USA's.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're 66-1. So Mexico is more like.
Well, Tennessee's odds will be worse than Alabama's.
Yeah, but they're not going to be 66-1. I think this is probably more in line with Auburn. I'm just talking about.
We're going historic.
Okay,
though. We're talking about the history of the programs, not specifically this year, but a little bit of this year. Argentina, who plays here tonight.
Okay.
They probably will get a favorable call tonight because we've got them as the Georgia Bulldogs. There'll be controversy about whether somebody was offsides or not. They'll review.
Georgia, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, right now Argentina is basically 8-1. There's only 5 teams shorter. That's about where Georgia's going to stack too.
And the reason we go Argentina with Georgia, they've won 3. They're kind of on that next tier, but they're a really, really good national franchise.
Here's one everyone will agree on. England is Texas.
England is Texas.
England is Texas because
the attitude.
England is always every World Cup. England is like, this is the year we bring the World Cup home.
Yeah,
England is back.
Yeah,
England's going to win it this year, and they never win it.
About the number 6-1 right now. I don't know if you can get 6-1 on Texas. About right though. There's only 2 teams in front of England right now with shorter odds.
Yeah,
so that's about right.
I think that's the perfect one because every year they do this. They're like, well, English team. The what do they call them? The 3 Lions? The 3 Lions, man. Watch out for this team. And what do they do every time? They disappoint. Disappoint every time.
Japan, they're Utah. They're stingy, man. They're buttoned up. They'll get after you. They're hard out, but they're not going to win it. But they're gonna beat somebody or make it tough on somebody.
That's fair. 52-1 right now.
That's about where you'd find
right slotted right in front of the U.S.
Yeah.
France is LSU. They have had great moments, and they've had major disappointments, and they could be really, really good this year. France is LSU.
I was going to go Notre Dame, but
I don't have Notre Dame on the list. I put Notre Dame instead there. Notre Dame.
France right now, second shortest odds to win the World Cup at 5-1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm saving Team USA. Brazil is the USC Trojans. It's been 24 years since Brazil. Great uniform. Right?
Yeah, great history.
Yeah,
great
there's
history.
no excuse.
But it's been 24 years.
That's right. Yeah. How do you go 24 years without a World Cup if you're Brazil?
Yeah, Brazil right now, England and France, and then if you know who the favorite is, there's only 3 teams of shorter odds. Brazil right now +7, roughly 750 to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they just beat the USA in the friendly, but I got Germany and Ohio State.
Germany, we went to Ohio State. All right, so let me explain.
I would go more Michigan, but
let me explain the thought behind Germany and Italy as Ohio State and Alabama.
Okay,
they've both won championships over long periods of time.
Gotcha.
They haven't been like, they won all their championships just in this one pocket with this one coach.
Yeah, when we talk about the history of college football, you talk about Alabama, Oklahoma, Notre Dame,
Ohio
State.
Those programs primarily Alabama, Oklahoma, and Ohio State, not as much Notre Dame. They won it almost in every generation, right? You know, in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, 2000s. You'll find those names in a lot of those same decades. That's why we went with those.
14-1 right now for the Germans.
Okay.
The scouting report I read, anything less than the quarterfinals would be a major disappointment. That sounded like Ohio State for me.
I mean, the quarterfinals right now, you're talking about, I mean, they've got the 7th shortest odds. So, yeah, based on that, they should be in it.
No doubt.
Now, this is my, other than Team USA, every time the Americans get knocked out, this is my other favorite team because they oftentimes wear my Buccaneers orange, the Netherlands. And we have them pegged as Ole Miss. They're fun. It's a good party.
Like the party.
They never lose a party.
Women look good.
And they got a chance to win. They got a chance to be good.
That's right. But they've never won a championship, right?
I mean, they're right there in the mix. Only 7 teams. I mean, they're right behind Germany at 18-1. So, I mean, Ole Miss, that's about right. I don't know what Ole Miss's odds, probably 35 or 40-1 this year, but yeah, that makes sense.
2 more. We've got Portugal, who I think is some people's favorite. We got them as the Oregon Ducks because I don't think they've ever won a World Cup. I don't think they've ever won the Cup.
Portugal,
if Brown's research is correct,
shortest odds, they're only 8-1.
That's about where
Brazil, England, France, and Spain in front of them. That's it.
I mean, and they've never won it, but they're always in the mix among the favorites. That's Oregon every year. And you've done it this year. And you may be right. I mean, at some point, we're going to be right about this.
I've never done it with Oregon, by the way.
This is the first time you've ever done it.
First time ever.
Well,
I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. I'm just saying I think they're going to be really, really good.
And finally, Team USA.
Well, all right. So we won it forever ago, right?
We won it back in the 30s, I think.
In the 30s, we won it.
This is Army.
we went Texas A&M. There's no excuse. We've got all the money, all the resources, all the facilities,
all the good stadiums,
all the good recruiting.
Yeah.
I'm almost prepared to say the U.S. has a better chance of winning their first ever World Cup
than Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
We are high on Texas.
Well,
that's something on the show.
I think Texas A&M is going to be really good, but I mean, for them to get there and then win 3 games,
Are you saying then Texas A&M to win it this year or to win it ever?
I probably would say ever, because I've never seen it.
So in a 4 downs question, first, which comes first?
I would take A&M just because you get 4 years.
That's right.
But we should be winning more than we win.
Yeah, we are. I think as a nation, our soccer team is Texas A&M, and I hate to say that because we kill A&M for this all the time. But you do look at the United States, and you're like, well, what's our excuse?
Why are we not winning?
Why are we not winning?
There's not one.
We got 350 million people in this country. Soccer has never been more.
We only need 11.
We only need 11 good ones out of 350 million. Now, I say that every time we have a presidential election. I'm like, we got 350 million, and these are the 2 we're having to vote for. So, I mean, if it doesn't work for president, maybe it won't work for soccer. But soccer has never been more popular in our country, ever. I mean, it's been nowhere close. We got 350 million people. We really probably don't even need 11 good ones. We probably need like
6 good ones and
6 passable ones and 5 really good ones. I mean, really, we just need 5 really good players.
I mean, you think
we
about
need 5 Messi.
11 guys on one side of the ball in football. You only need like 4 or 5 All-Pros.
I mean, we could be the Auburn Tigers of 2010 if we just had a Messi or a Ronaldo in this country, right? They had their Cam Newton.
In their primes.
They had their Cam Newton, and that could be our Cam Newton. I think we could win a world championship. I think we got enough to go around these guys if we could just find one great.
Who is the best player on this United States team? Does anybody know?
I do not. Who? Paulo Gu? Paulo Goon? He's from America?
Gumi.
Okay. All right. So our friends from Mexico tell us that guy. I'm going to take their word for it.
Doesn't sound like he's from Alabama.
Yep.
If I'm just guessing.
No, not at all. All right. They've got scarves on, so they know what they're talking about in soccer.
Bud Light has us here at Bunkers. Our friends with Bud Light and Stella and, of course, Michelob Ultra, as you see that all over the place. Tell us about everything that's happening here today at Bunkers, LT.
Look what Forrester and Brooks did on our graphic.
Oh, I know.
Michelob Ultra
in there. It's a
good
good
right there.
Ultra.
Yeah. Hey, look, $5 Ultras, $5 Stellas all day long as you get ready for the big match tonight over in Jordan-Hare. Come by and join us at Bunkers. Where exactly is this located?
This is on Glen, on West Glen. So you're just about to block off Tumors on West Glen.
And your opportunity at 3 o'clock to come in, play a little game, and win tickets to tonight's match.
So if you don't have tickets yet,
Yep.
at 3 o'clock, there'll be a contest going on here at Bunkers where you can win your way into the stadium tonight.
Yes, and I promise I will get more details on what that contest looks like, but it is brought to you by our friends at Michelob Ultra. Come by, enjoy great food here, and, of course, the $5 Ultras and Stellas all day long right here at Bunkers.
Okay, basketball last night after Lance tells us about lanceslock.com. Did you have the winner last night in San Antonio?
I did. I had the Spurs plus 1.5. I told some people just play them on the money line because the NBA really, really needs this thing to become a series. It did last night.
Who are you, Brendan Sorsby?
We had the Spurs last night. We will have NHL action up tonight, Stanley Cup Finals. What a game 3 that we saw Saturday night. Hopefully we'll get that kind of action tonight. More Major League Baseball plays jump on, coming off a winning day yesterday with the Spurs. Free play every single day at lanceslog.com. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Whether you experience plumbing, cooling, heating, any of those issues, home or business, they are ready to serve you. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Lane Kiffin has his Ferris wheel. I'll explain that in just a second.
Is that a Michael Jackson reference?
But first,
Okay.
the San Antonio Spurs beat the Knicks last night, 115-111. 2-1 Knicks still lead the series. Game 4 coming up at Madison Square Garden. Snaps a 13-game win streak. Wemby was good, 32 points, 8 rebounds. But who is this Castle guy? 23 points last night, and the Spurs got physical. I know they weren't happy with – Mike Brown wasn't happy with the way it was officiated, but to me, that's the basketball I grew up with, pushing people around and knocking people down, some cheap shots, and it was fun basketball to watch.
Even soft-ass Wemby pushing Brunson's face. I can't believe they didn't get a call there.
He's got 1 foot on him, though. I mean, he's a foot taller than Brunson. Really a foot and a half.
But Stephon Castle, 21 years old, is just the upside with him and Dylan Harper. These guys are going to be so good. Not only to defend it at a high level, these guys can score. The Spurs, to me, whoever wins Game 4 tomorrow night is going to win this series.
This has been a spectacular series, first of all. The conference finals were not very good. You had a bunch of blowouts. These have been 3 really good games, which is why I think the TV ratings are what they are. But last night, I mean, you could kind of feel it, right? I mean, the Spurs, if they lose that game last night, this series is over. They're not coming back from 3-zip.
No, not at all. And I do think they believe in the number tomorrow night, 1.5, much like it was last night. Jalen Brunson's averaging 27 points per game through 3 games, but he can't shoot it right now. Like, his degree of difficulty on his shots, and I give him credit for some of the shots that he makes, and we've always talked about how undersized he is, but he's 30 of 81. He's shooting 37% from the field. He's also turned it over 13 times through 3 games, so he's not playing elite basketball. If the Knicks, and I know they're still favored, minus 220, I think, to win this thing, if they're going to hold on and win 2 more games, he's got to get better. And the scary thing is Wemby finally wins his first finals game, coming off 32, 8 boards, 6 assists, 3 blocks. He's got to play with a ton of confidence. Huge Game 4 tomorrow night.
And I want to go back to what Jim said about Mike Brown. I thought that was a tactical error on his part to complain about officiating.
I do too, because they were getting some calls.
That's right. Their path to winning this thing is roughing up Wemby, letting Karl Anthony Towns just go out there and goon it up as much as he can against Wemby. Get him off his game. I thought the last thing Mike Brown should have done was call attention to officiating.
That's what, back in Saban's day in Tuscaloosa, when I would watch very early in games, if they were letting the DBs hold and push around, I was like, Alabama's not losing this game.
That's right, because he's going to let his guys do that. And I thought Mike Brown made a huge mistake there.
I don't disagree. And he just talked about, 24-8 was the discrepancy in free throws in the second half. Overall, the Spurs shot 32 to the Knicks 22. And I've talked about this stat before. If you can make more free throws than your opponent attempts, it's not scientific, but I would think 9 out of 10 times you win those games.
Yeah, if not 9.5 out of 10.
Spurs 25 makes to the 22 attempts from the Knicks last night. 13-game win streak in the postseason is snapped for the Knicks. Just a huge game for the NBA, huge game for the Spurs, and gives us a series now.
Yeah.
The Knicks auctioned off celebrity road tickets for Game 3 for the first time ever, and got $1 million. $1 million of tickets. They auctioned them off and got over $1 million in secondary market ticket sales
from their celebrities last night. It was a who's who.
I know, but it's so obnoxious because some of these fans, I'm sure they're diehard Knicks fans, but when you see the SVU, Christopher Maloney and what's her name, Marquista
Agarati or whatever.
Do they really date? Are they married?
No,
they just hang out together for promotional reasons.
I mean, look, hey, let's get more syndication points out there.
But you believe in Tracy Morgan? He's there all the time.
Oh yeah, I believe in Tracy Morgan. I believe in John McEnroe,
Spike Lee,
Chalamet.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Ben Stiller's there a lot. I mean,
I was on the road with him.
I still can't get over the Ben Stiller missing for the Metropolitan Ball.
Yeah. You're on
Sometimes
for that.
you have things you have to miss.
So a recent story about Chalamet's been going viral lately.
Which story?
Yeah, so he posted this like throwback photo from when he was about 14 years old, I believe. There was a scavenger hunt to meet different Knicks players, and you can see little Timmy Chalamet, 12, 13, 14 years old, posted with the Knicks players. He had gone out and about in New York City and found the clues. So he's been a Knicks fan for a minute.
For him. I'm saying, look, Tyler, to your point, there are a lot of these guys that are diehard, but some just want to be seen. I love the fact all that energy in that building got sucked out.
It really did. I mean, to show you how full Celebrity Row was, I can't remember the player that goes into the stands after the loose ball, and he ends up on Michael Bloomberg.
Yeah. That's the opposite side of Celebrity.
He wasn't even on Celebrity Row. Like the former
Larry David. I mean, they didn't even show all the celebrities that were there last night. Obviously, you saw Eli sitting right next to Derek Jeter.
Yeah. I mean, those are
like
New York
Eli's
guys.
a longtime Knicks fan. Come on.
And I bet you Jeter's not either, but they're New York guys. I mean,
I would tell you, I would give up my ticket to a diehard New York fan, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that, but what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Big day for Auburn football recruiting. We'll get to that in the top of the hour on the hour number 2 of the show today. And the past or the future, I got 9 college coaches. You tell me, are their best days behind them or ahead of them? Their best day, not days, best day behind them or ahead of them. That's coming up in the next hour of the show. But Brown sort of beat me to the punch here. Lane Kiffin has his Ferris wheel. Michael Jackson had one.
Such a weird statement. I'm sorry.
July 30th at the LSU football complex and practice facility, Lane Kiffin will be hosting The Huddle, a women's clinic where he will teach women.
You gonna buy your wife or girlfriend a ticket to that?
Negative.
That was the response. LSU sent that out, and everyone's like, "Don't let your wife go."
Yeah.
I mean, literally, he is one of those guys. I don't know how you could trust him around anything.
No, I mean, I don't think with him and Ed Orgeron at that event.
Oh my gosh.
June 30th, the women's clinic called The Huddle at LSU.
I mean,
run by the LSU coaching staff and Lane Kiffin.
Point spread on Ed having a shirt on the full time. I mean, it's got to be. I mean,
it's not if it's
when.
The minutes. You have to bet the minutes.
Yeah.
Does he have it off in the first 15 minutes?
At what moment will Ed come out of his shirt? Because Ed's single.
You look like you work out.
My gosh.
That is very, very interesting.
Hour number 2 coming up. Show being brought to you today by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. Tell us about Michelson, LT.
Yeah, make that call that I made way back in 2003. I had the 2200 vision. I was legally blind without the aid of contacts. After the procedure, which only took 12 minutes for both eyes, 2015 vision, better than 2020. 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell the next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with that hassle-free consultation. 0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. For more information, MichelsonLaserVision.com.
And our friends at Roback.com. Don't forget to use our promo code TNR20. That's TNR20 to get 20% off all the gear, including the team gear. They're at Roback.com. Crave activity, TNR20, your promo code. Back to Bunkers in downtown Auburn for a little World Cup soccer prelim with Lionel Messi. All that coming up the final 2 hours of the show of the next round in Auburn.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Hop in. Injured in an Uber or Lyft? Here's the problem. Was it the driver's fault? The other car? The app company? Good luck figuring that out while you're trying to heal. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys, they've got a guy for rideshare accidents. And here's the best part. They don't get paid unless you do. you heal. They fight. One call, 659-777-7777, or visit alexwins.law. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys, because rideshare accidents need an experienced team. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Hour number 2 from beautiful Bunkers. I'll say it again to start this hour like I did the last one. This may be the best sports bar I've ever been in. It is a city block size-wise. As far as I can see anymore at my age, to the other end of the room here with TVs everywhere, the food, the beer, different bars set up, great parking. They've got a parking deck that you can do some parking underneath, and just a convenient location here in downtown Auburn. So all the Auburn folks who come to town for football and basketball games or baseball games, or all the over-the-mountain kids who come from our area in Birmingham down to school here, Bunkers is a great place to come hang out for lunch and dinner and enjoy the games. And today, LT, we're with the great folks at Michelob Ultra and others.
Yeah, a $5 Ultra, $5 Stellas all day long. What time is the match tonight? 7 o'clock?
7:30.
Yeah, Brown would know he's going.
That's right.
Got his daughter with him.
I am shocked you're not going, Dunaway.
Well, can I be honest?
Yep.
I mean, I know we're supposed to promote it, but it's exhibition. It doesn't matter. The real games start on Thursday, and I was part of the 83,183 that saw Argentina beat Team USA in the '96 Olympics. I don't.
You've already seen
Have you ever
Argentina.
gone to Alabama Mercer?
As an exhibition game, no.
Well, it is.
That is an exhibition.
Yeah, no. I mean, it counts in the standings.
Yeah, but this is your opportunity. Look, I really, if I don't know, it's going to be a late night. I would like to. I'm not a soccer guy at all, but to be able to see somebody to the caliber of Messi,
assuming
in
you see
person,
if Cardi B was playing at halftime, maybe I'd be
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley with the line of the night. No, kid friendly here now. A lot of youngsters here.
It says that ain't Cardi B, that's Cardi D.
Yeah.
He said there ain't no way that's B's.
that's I mean, both sides.
I didn't know we did celebrity halftime shows at the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I didn't either. But we do.
New York's going to New York, man.
Tickets available here at Bunkers. If you're ready to win the FIFA World Cup, 26 tickets, courtesy for our friends at Michelob Ultra. Come into Bunkers, 3 o'clock today. Play for your chance. Get here early. Though. Enjoy some of the great food. $5 Ultras and Stellas. It is a tough ticket.
Tough ticket. I mean, I was talking to the folks at Auburn yesterday, who sent out and said they're going to break the 83,183 ticket record in the state of Alabama back in 1996 at Legion Field, and I was hesitant. I was like, really? And so I texted him, and he's like, yeah, we're almost sold out, and they're expecting everyone in the house. So it's a tough ticket to come by here and get these tickets with our friends at Michelob Ultra, and that's at 3 Central. So if you're driving down from Atlanta, 3 Central, that will start that process here at Bunkers.
What is capacity of a regular football game? 90?
No,
87. A little over 87,000. Yeah. You can go 88,000 plus with the standing room on the.
Yeah, I bet.
Is that what, if they get close to 90 today if they wanted?
I don't think so.
I think it would still be 87. I mean, all they've done is take out hedges, so they haven't really added any seats. But I would say probably an Iron Bowl gets 90-something thousand in there.
Yeah.
When you consider a big Iron Bowl, when you consider everybody that's in there standing.
91,000 were there at Kyle Field the other night. Holds 102, but 91,000 were there to watch Argentina in their other warm-up game. I guess technically these aren't called friendlies; they're called warm-up games.
Oh, is that what they're called?
I don't know.
I've been calling it a friendly.
Yeah, but it's that's what I've been calling it too. But Messi on the field last night, Pat Dye Field, as they got a little walk through a practice on the turf. One thing you can count on: they're going to love the natural grass. It's not AstroTurf that some of the MLS guys have to deal with, and this Auburn grass is fantastic.
It looks good.
The turf always looks fantastic.
Yeah. I've seen photos of what they've done, and it looks really, really good.
Interested to see if that's a question that is thrown at some of these guys. How is this surface compared to others?
Yeah, because like SoFi will be artificial, which they used to not even consider playing on that, right? But it's got. They're using real grass at SoFi. How?
I think they're bringing. I think that not to say I'm 100% correct, but I think I'm 98% because when the U.S. got the World Cup. Remember, the NFLPA was really upset because you make us play on turf all the time, and all these turf stadiums you're about to lay grass in for the World Cup, and you don't let us play on.
Well,
grass.
Here's what I would say.
Why would they not play on turf?
They used to.
The bounce of the ball and the speed of the ball is different.
Well,
turf is
maybe they
awful for soccer.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but when the U.S. soccer played at Legion Field, they had to convert from turf to grass.
That's right. They dug up the AstroTurf, and Legion Field went from turf to natural grass.
Yeah. I would just, I would just say whatever games are at indoor stadiums, a little trend and angle here. I never liked the natural grass inside in Phoenix. It's always bad. We've talked about it a million times. Terrible track. It's not the same when they put that stuff down inside. It's just not the same.
I may be wrong, but help me out in the chat. I believe they're putting natural grass inside the stadium.
Goose, Tyler, not our Tyler, a different Tyler. Goose and Tyler both quickly say all the World Cup fields will be natural.
Yeah, I thought that was a FIFA rule for these World Cup games, natural grass, and they'll get the good stuff here at Jordan-Hare Stadium tonight, 7:30 first kick Argentina, and Iceland, correct? It's Iceland.
That is correct.
Yeah. And we're at Bunkers. We go back to college football. Tyler, get the spotlight ready. Before we hit the spotlight, I want to tell you about our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. I was able to get this USA T-shirt on thanks to Way to Wellness. Dropped a few pounds, 45 of them with their weight loss plan. They've got one for you to jumpstart that weight loss. You can do that by going to the website at planforme.com, planforme.com. Way to Wellness has no contracts, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation's free. Injection therapy, meal replacement, and everything in between. It's our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Hit the spotlight, Tyler. Let's do it,
The
man.
College Football Spotlight
is presented by our guy, Alexander Shinara. He is the guy you go to when you have any sort of legal need. Alexander Shinara is that guy. More than $2 billion recovered for his clients. $2 billion. That's a lot of money, right? Well, that's a guy that knows what he's doing. And he's a Birmingham guy. Birmingham born and bred. Wanted to build a firm right here in his hometown of Birmingham to take care of the clients of his home city. And he has done just that. Everything from personal injury claims to fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims. The list goes on, and it's right here for you in Birmingham. Alexander Shinara, trial attorney. Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shinara.com.
Our spotlight today is on Auburn football recruiting. They picked up two four-star athletes yesterday. Auburn gets a four-star inside offensive lineman in Reed Ramsier. Who picks Auburn over? I don't look at stars. I always go, who'd you beat?
But he was a four-star, so it was going to be some good
four-star. There's a lot of four-stars.
I'll go.
But who'd you beat?
NC State.
No.
If it's a four-star.
Tennessee.
He beat Texas.
Okay.
So Alex Skolish and them beat Sark in Texas for this guy. Four-star inside offensive lineman. That's a big get. They also get four-star safety Chance Gilbert. Who'd they beat out for that one?
Texas A&M.
No, Georgia and Alabama.
Oh, wow.
So yesterday, Alex Golish with two four-star recruits, a lineman and a safety. And in the lineman, you beat out Texas. The safety, you beat out Georgia, Alabama. That's a good day recruiting for Auburn. Yeah.
I mean, it shows you Auburn. I mean, they're spending money.
They are, but I think the best time, I've said this before, Lance, the best time to get money for portal and recruiting is right after you get your job or if you've had tremendous success, one of the two. But right after a coach gets a job, I think it's easier, maybe not easy, but easier for him to go to his boosters and say, all right, you just fired the guy before me. And if you want me to be successful, I can do it on the field, but I got to have the parts. And that's probably the easiest time to scare up money for NIL. So I applaud Auburn's boosters for apparently getting in line behind Golish and saying, if we're going to win, if we're going to dig out of this hole that Gus Malzahn started, Brian Harsin dug deeper, and Hugh Freeze dug deeper. If we're going to get out of this hole, we're going to have to spend to get out. You're not going to get out for free. Not anymore, not in college football.
Little surprise, Alabama got another running back in this class. Tate Phillips picks Alabama over Duke, Florida State, and Louisville. That's in recruiting news yesterday. We talked about the Brendan Sorsby situation and all the fallout in the first hour. You can go back and get that either in a rewatch of the show, a replay of the show, or in hour number one on our podcast. They're available for you on Spotify or wherever you get our podcast nationwide here on Next Round Live. All right, let's play a little game where I got 9 college football coaches. And this isn't the Christmas story where we got Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future. This is just past or future. The best day of this coaching career, is it in the past or is it in the future? It can't be right now, okay?
No chance you're going to put Dabo on this list, right?
I'm not going to put Dabo on this list.
Past.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll start with a guy at USC, Lincoln Riley, and I want you to explain your answer.
Whoa.
Is his best day as a head coach in the past or is it in the future?
It's tricky based on this. I think his collective best days are in the past because I don't think he's going to be able to go to 5 straight college football playoffs or 4 straight, winning 5 straight conference championships. But if he wins a national championship, that is his best day. I know it sounds crazy. I think that is on the table. But I'm going to say probably in the past. I'm going to lean in the past because the only thing that he could trumpet would be winning a national championship. And more than likely he won't.
That's kind of how I would play this too. I would say that he's not going to win a national championship at USC, so it's not going to trump what he did at Oklahoma. So I will say Lincoln Riley's best day has passed him. That's not to say he won't go to the playoffs at USC or win some big games. I just don't think he'll win a national championship.
Well, he didn't do that at Oklahoma either.
Yeah, but he went to the playoffs.
He went to the playoffs. Yeah,
he won a
game. He just didn't win games
ever.
But he won big
Not
games.
once.
He won.
Yeah.
I get it.
Zero.
I get it. But he won.
But
He
even
won big games and was in the playoffs.
let's say even if he went this year and got to the semis, it's not going to trump what he did at Oklahoma.
I guarantee you, he would have won games in a 12-game playoff.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
or 12-team playoff, and that's what he'll get to try to do at Notre Dame, or excuse me, at USC, is win games in a 12-team playoff.
If they would have beaten Georgia in that Rose Bowl, they had every opportunity to beat Alabama.
Sure.
Was that double overtime? Or was it
It was double, yeah.
Double.
And it really, I mean, a lot of people point at the squib right before the half as the turning point in the game.
Yeah, because Rodrigo Blankenship banged
right.
on that 55-yarder.
And without that, I don't know that they can ever get it to overtime.
That momentum.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way. If Lincoln's not in the playoff this year, I think he's out. I really do.
Fired?
I think so.
I don't think they have the money. But
No,
maybe
they can find it.
You can always find it to fire a coach. We always say, boy, that's a big buyout. And you know what has not stopped? People paying big
Now,
buyouts.
as soon as I say that, let me pull back. If they've got a guy identified they believe can be his successor.
Who would you want?
let me ask you this: Is USC
Kalen DeBoer?
No, he'll be number one on the list.
Of course he
Yeah,
will. He's number one. He's a Jimmy Sexton client,
Yeah,
and
but he's already won in the West on the West
Yeah.
Coast.
But imagine this scenario. And again, I mean, this is such a hypothetical. Let's say that USC is 9-3 with a really difficult schedule. They miss the playoff.
okay.
USC fans are like, we're done with this. Kalen DeBoer at 10-2 makes the playoff, but loses his first round game. Kalen DeBoer's hearing all of this from Alabama fans. Not good enough, not good enough. And then he gets a massive offer to go back to the West Coast. I could see that play out.
I mean, it's a plausible theory. Yeah, it's plausible, and his name will be the first one mentioned. There's no doubt.
Now listen, it's going to be easy to take a quick shot at this. Okay, Jeff Levy, it's his best day as a college head coach. Behind him or in the future?
Boy, it better be in the future.
Better be.
But
what would you bet on? They were so close last year.
I know I get, called the guy that takes shots at Mississippi State, but I was asked, is this not kind of, don't you find one of these bars and bunkers in every SEC town? And I'm like,
Not
man,
really.
this is high end.
Yeah, I've never seen one of
No,
these.
they got some good places. I've partied there in Starkville.
I was just going to say, I don't think you got anything that's nice. In
nothing like
Starkville.
bunkers.
Yeah.
No, nothing like bunkers.
But with that said, I mean, it's.
But down in the Cotton District, there's a couple of good bars down there.
We've looked at their schedule, right, this year?
Who, State? Yeah.
It's not going to be much better, is it?
I mean, it's not easy. Scott will pull it up. I know. I'll have it
but
for us
see,
here.
last year you would have said Texas was a blowout loss, and there've been a couple that they had a chance to win.
Yeah.
right?
Now do you take
I
those
mean,
tough?
Kirby talks all the time. When I go play in Starkville, I got to grab both cheeks.
Well, Tennessee and Texas both went to overtime, and they lost both those games.
But is it something you build on? Like they
Yeah.
weren't even competitive year one.
Yeah.
Much more competitive winning a game in conference.
Well, I mean, they should. Boy, I keep forgetting they go to Minnesota. I mean, that's a tough game.
Sneaky good quarterback, man. Their quarterback's underrated.
I mean, you realistically could open 4-0.
But at Minnesota's a tough game.
Oh
right?
yeah, I mean, look, I mean, they
pretty CBS game, by the way. Mississippi State at Minnesota.
I would say they're a better
Hell.
chance they're 1-3
Yeah.
than 4-0, but they could open 4-0.
I mean, how often was Mississippi State on CBS when CBS was only doing SEC games?
Not without Dak Prescott.
I know. And now they're on the 2:30 CBS game. So, yeah, if they open 4-0, but then you got Bama at LSU, Oklahoma at Texas, as tough a 4-game stretch as you'll find anywhere in America.
You actually need to open 4-0 to get to a bowl.
You're right, because after Texas, Vandy, Auburn, Tennessee Tech, and Ole Miss is on the road.
Yeah, I would say this. If you open 4-0, you beat Tennessee Tech, that's 5, and then you either split Vandy or Auburn, and you're hoping for that 6th win, but I don't see it.
Yeah. I unfortunately for Levy, my bet would be his best days already happened.
But what is the best day?
Almost beating Texas and Tennessee.
I think the best days in the future.
I hope.
Yeah.
I don't dislike Jeff Levy.
I hope for Jeff Levy, too. This is a tough one to answer.
And it may not even be at Mississippi State. He may do good enough at Mississippi State to move
Maybe
on.
he goes back and he's a coordinator somewhere, gets another chance, and
Maybe he's the next head coach at Baylor.
Yeah.
But
Like
if they were as competitive as they were last year and they go 4-8, I mean, is he okay?
I don't know.
Depends.
Yeah.
4-8 can look different, right?
Yeah.
It can.
I saw the reaction when they came back and beat Arizona State last year, and everybody in the conference, other than Ole Miss fans, were so excited for them. I mean, the reaction was, man, good for State. State goes out and gets a win over a team that just went to the playoffs.
And this next guy changed a lot of his coaching staff, some by choice, some he didn't have a choice to, and they've been really getting great reviews in recruiting, natural recruiting, not through the portal.
Natural. Was that grown organically?
Deion Sanders, best day as a head coach behind him or in the future?
Behind. Yeah, I mean, is he ever going to have a situation where he's got Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter on the same team?
Was it 8 wins or 9 wins?
Counting the bowl game, I think it was 9.
Yeah.
Never happen again.
I just don't think he can ever get there again.
Yeah, I don't know who else could take over Colorado and get to 9 wins.
So Deion, best day behind him.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Deion's battling health too.
Yeah, I just don't. I think he's a short timer, not because of success, but because of what Lance said. Is he going to be able to keep up the schedule it requires to be a head coach with his health situation?
Now, this sounds insane, but, back to the Kalen DeBoer to USC, if Norvell loses his job, there will be a contingent that wants Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
now, if he was to take that job, then I'm going to say his best days are ahead of him.
That's why I'm asking you to factor everything in.
But let's play this out. Let's say Norvell has the season a lot. I think they will this year, and Deion's surprisingly good. Our buddy Michael Alford, the AD at Florida State, is going to be under a ton of pressure to consider Deion. I mean, if he can do it without his son and Travis Hunter, it's not like some gimmick anymore. He's done it. They've fallen back off, and he's built it back up.
That's what LT is saying. That's a lot of pressure having a Florida State alum.
Were to go 4-8 this year in Boulder, I think he should get a look. And if Mike Alford sits him down and Deion's like, hey, look, my health is not going to be a factor. I am all in. This is my dream job. I will put everything into it. He's a hard-ass worker.
And if I can recruit to Colorado, you don't think I can recruit to Florida freaking State? Are you kidding me?
I wish I would know Mike Norvell's getting fired, but with Deion, would he get offered the job? He would definitely take it. God, with that makes it different. Makes it much different. But I'm still going to say
behind. We have yet to go ahead.
Past and future, we'll get to some more of those. But, man, those wings that have just come out here at Bunkers, they smell so good.
Look at them. The food looks fantastic.
The beer is good. And, again, LT, tell everybody what we're doing here at Bunkers today.
Yeah, hey, look, we are getting ready for World Cup action tonight. If you haven't gotten tickets, you can win tickets from our friends at Michelob Ultra. We're going to start the games there at 3 o'clock right here at Bunkers Kitchen and Social Club. Make sure you come by. $5 Michelob Ultras, $5 Stellas all day long as we get ready for the big match tonight right there at Jordan-Hare.
Yeah, so that's a lot happening. And don't forget, 3 o'clock, those ticket giveaways start right here for this FIFA World Cup match tonight. The warm-up games between Argentina and Iceland tonight inside Jordan-Hare Stadium. And by the way, buying those tickets and being part of the experience tonight is helping Auburn athletics. My Auburn buddies who I golf with, the exposure Auburn's getting from this, the city worldwide, the athletic programs, the stadium, and then the little financial money they're going to make off of this too. It's big business for Auburn athletics tonight.
I'm a little surprised back to SoFi because I wanted to clear this up. They are replacing their standard artificial turf with specially installed natural grass, but they're also going from SoFi to Los Angeles Stadium. Like if I'm SoFi and I'm paying for that sponsorship, I'm grouping that in.
I've seen this on TikTok, I bet, or you've seen it on TikTok or Instagram as well. The painstaking links they're having to go to cover up all these corporately named stadiums.
Oh, I'd be so pissed, though.
Mercedes, well, I guess it's got to be in a contract somewhere, but Mercedes.
But how do you not build that in? Okay, if I'm going to give you my naming rights SoFi for the next decade for $200 million, when World Cup rolls through, that's sticking.
Go look
FIFA rule.
It's a FIFA rule, and it's got to be in the contract somewhere. But go look at photos of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The outside, they put all these coverings over anything that says Mercedes-Benz. They had to do the same thing for AT&T Stadium in Dallas. And if you remember the blimp shots, it's got the AT&T logo on the top. I don't know how they managed to do that.
Yeah, coat of paint. Coat of paint. They make a lot of money off of this. All right, back to our past and future. A few more of these here. Ryan Day is his best day, and that's the question. Best day as a college head coach in the past or in the future for Ryan Day? National championship winning coach.
I actually think it's in the future. Here's one where I'll say the best day is ahead of him. I think with his level of success, if he'll stick it out at Ohio State. Now, this is a guy that's been very vocal about the pressures of being a head coach and how much it wears on him, and that worries me a little bit on this answer, Lance. But if he'll stick it out, I actually think they could go on a run of national championships. So I'll say best day ahead of him.
I will do a first here. I will say a push because I think he's going to win one more national championship. and so it's going to be kind of the same. I don't see him winning 2 more.
So I'm checking my game rules here. Push is not one. Past or future?
I would go past then because there's a better chance he wins none than winning 2.
Yeah.
2
so
more.
If you're keeping score here, Lance does not think any coach's best day is ahead of them yet.
So he hopes Jeff Levy is.
Yeah, he hasn't got the right ones out there.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Matt Rule.
Oh, man,
Pass.
Jim, that's tough. Pass?
Yeah.
Past or you're passing?
Oh, the past. What he was able to do at Temple
Yeah.
and Baylor, I don't think he's going to be able to do that at Nebraska. I mean, the Big Ten has gotten more difficult because not only you bring in Oregon and USC and Washington, but now Indiana has become a major player.
Let me ask you this. If you don't believe in Matt Rule, and we want to believe in him because we love him, right? Give me a coach you could drop in Nebraska where you're like, okay, that guy can win big there.
Oh, there's not one.
Yeah.
Because they've done so many different varieties of them for a long time.
I mean, so Kirby Smart, maybe 10 years ago, Nick Saban, maybe Cignetti, but
so is it a Matt Rule issue, or do you think it's a a Nebraska issue?
Well, that's what I was wondering about USC earlier when we were talking to Lincoln Riley. Is it just that, do you guys not think USC can be good in this era of college football?
I mean, they were,
and hopefully people are not saying that about Alabama in a decade.
I know it was smoke and mirrors, but year 1 under Lincoln, they were 11-1. You had a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback in the regular season at Caleb Williams. You go back a decade ago, they were the number 3 team in the nation to end the season, winning a Rose Bowl under Clay Helton. So I think USC's fine. It has been a lack of commitment to defense, and it's been a lack of being able to win the close games.
We'll save the rest of the list coming up a little bit later on in the show in our past and future of college football. Getting ready for tonight's big match over inside Jordan-Hare Stadium as we get ready for the World Cup. And don't forget, you can always enjoy a little wagering with our friends at Cauchy on that as we get ready for all that. So just a fun time going on. We're also getting ready for the College Baseball World Series, a little something on that after Brownie tells us about the great folks at Central State Bank.
That is the bank that is big enough to meet every single need you have. No matter how big your dream is, Central State Bank can help you meet that dream. Anything from buying that dream car, starting your own business, or anything in between, Central State Bank is there to help you. And the reason you want to deal with them is they are a community bank. What does that mean for you? That means the people that are making the decisions on the financial future for that dream in your life are people that live in your community. They obviously work in your community. Their kids go to school with your kids. It's a community bank. It's not some distant bank making a decision about you. It's people in your community. That's what you get with Central State Bank, not just opening accounts, building relationships at Central State Bank. Big enough to meet every need you have, small enough to know you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Before we get to the World Series, Tyler, get cut 5 ready. Brooks has sent out a poll question at Next Round Live on X, Twitter. More likely to happen, the U.S. men win a FIFA World Cup or Texas A&M football wins a national championship? It's LT's question of the day here. And how would you answer that, LT?
I would answer Texas A&M just because I like Elko. I stuttered on the question earlier in the show, and it was just based on the fact that, I mean, you only get one of these World Cups every 4 years.
Early voting, A&M with a 66% to 33% lead. Very early voting, though.
No, I would rather
see. Technically, the chant is not, we don't believe we can win anymore. I think we believe we can still win, right?
You're an SEC guy. You would much rather see the U.S. win a World Cup, though, right?
Oh, well, yeah. In my lifetime, that would be fantastic, right? I mean, I saw the Cubs win a World Series. I wanted to see that one time. My Buccaneers have won 2 Super Bowls. I mean, I'm not a Cubs fan. I just wanted to see them win one. I want to see the Knicks win a world championship one time.
I think more fair is, will we confirm alien life or Texas A&M or excuse me, alien life or the U.S. winning the World Cup, or even will we, all of mankind be,
annihilated?
Yeah.
Don't have to stick around for the results of that poll at that point. Don't have to pay off that bet.
I would say that, this year, Team USA easily should get to the knockout round. They win Friday night against Paraguay. They should be into the knockout round.
Our friends from Mexico are about to learn about what we call a landmine here.
So they get to the knockout round. So 32 now. That's expanded like everything else. So then they win a game there. How crazy are we going to be as a country seeing us get into the Sweet 16? Can't use that to NCAA basketball tournament phrasing. If you get to the final 16,
I think it would take the Elite Eight or the round of 8, whatever they call it here, because I still think people, even if they get into 16, people are going to doubt this because, I'm 50 years old. All right. For my entire lifetime, I have been told this is the team. This is the team.
And it's never been close.
It's never been close. And I'm just going to doubt it, even if they get in the round of 16. Like I know it's just Auburn fans trying to rile up Alabama fans, but I've seen it on social media and even in our chat room about, look, Alabama's only in Omaha because they got a favorable draw. Well, I mean, you can only play who's in your draw. I'm sorry if you think it was favorable. You can only play who's there. And by the way, St. John's got through a tough bracket. They're there because they got through somebody that was supposed to be good, Florida State in this case. But if the United States makes it to the Sweet, I know I made a mistake you frequently make, conflating Alabama and the United States. But if the United States gets to the Sweet 16, I think a lot of people are going to be like, it's just a favorable draw. I'll believe it if they're in the 8.
Okay, you never.
If they're in the 8, I'll believe it.
When I'm like, Boise State plays who's in front of them.
I never say that.
Yeah. But now you're saying Alabama.
No, because that's an opinion situation. This is a bracket. All I'm saying is you can only beat who's in your bracket.
Well, you can only beat who's on your schedule.
Yeah, but
you choose the schedule, I think, is part of it.
I don't think people want to play Boise.
Well, they probably didn't. But I'm talking about at that point, I'm using eye test to make a decision on this team should play for a national championship. This is a bracket. There's no eye test involved in this. You just play who's in your bracket.
By the way, Alabama favored against Oklahoma in the first game.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Rob Vaughn going to be on the show very early on Friday's show.
Clay Travis is up with us in about 30 minutes. We'll get to that College World Series. Rob Vaughn, the Alabama coach, before they head to Omaha, having a news conference. The show today being brought to you by the great folks at Odie's. 4 Downs, Clay Travis, and Trash, all still to come today from Bunkers. Tell us about Odie's, LT.
Great place to hang out, enjoy this incredible weather. You can watch your College World Series action out there, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals. Don't forget live music every Friday and Saturday night as well. Birmingham Institution, 2 location, Crestline, right there in Edgewood as well. Get in, enjoy those cold buckets full of the Bud Light. Go see Will Haver and that great staff. It's Odie's Tavern.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
Hop in. Injured in an Uber or Lyft? Here's the problem. Was it the driver's fault? The other car? The app company? Good luck figuring that out while you're trying to heal. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys, they've got a guy for rideshare accidents. And here's the best part. They don't get paid unless you do. You heal. They fight. One call, 659-777-7777, or visit alexwins.law. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Back with you to Bunkers down in Auburn as we get ready tonight for Argentina on the turf at Jordan-Hare Stadium, taking on Iceland, getting ready for the World Cup, which, by the way, starts on Thursday down in Mexico City. And then Team USA plays in prime time on Friday night from out in Los Angeles. All the games are on Fox, streaming on the Fox apps and on all the platforms. I don't know if any of the games will be on FS1 if it's all on main Fox, but just a lot of soccer over the next month as we crown a World Cup champion. I think it was 2018 when we found out that the North America World Cup was going to happen.
That's crazy.
Here in 2026. So 8 years in the making to finally get to this point, and it all starts day after tomorrow.
I guarantee you, we were doing radio at the time. I guarantee you we debated, will the United States be in a position to win by then?
Yeah, I do want to go to one of these games, though. We got an opportunity to go Kansas City, June 25th.
Tickets, man.
Got offered 2 tickets.
Yeah. Well, if you got offered tickets.
Yeah. Kansas City will be one of the tougher tickets. That is a soccer crazy team.
Yeah, Netherlands is going to be playing there, too.
They're fun.
Good fun, babe.
I remember last World Cup. They are fast. It's a fun team to watch.
What do you think the best market is going to be?
I think
LA?
I think Miami actually was pretty high. LA with the United States is going to be big, but Miami, I can't remember which one.
I think the U.S. only plays one game in LA to start with, and then they move around, and then we're back in LA for the championship.
Yeah,
right?
I know our buddy Clay, who will join us in 30 minutes, is going to LA this weekend for that game. I think he's taking his entire family.
Yeah. He's probably got tickets, right? He's a Fox guy.
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah, they probably will have him sitting on Celebrity Row. Celebrity Row. Hey, we'll get to the College World Series stuff after I remind you the show being brought to you today by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. 70 years of compassionate care, 10 great locations, all right there in Central Alabama. The folks at UCA have been taking care of you. See everything they offer, from prostate health to kidney stones and everything in between, online at urologycentersalabama.com. urologycentersalabama.com. Go and check them out, and they will take care of you. Part of Alabama and Troy's trip out to the College World Series, it's new. Troy's never been. Alabama hasn't been since 1999. They finally now will be part of the Rocco's Jello Shot Challenge. Rocco's didn't exist in 1999. They didn't do this Jello Shot Challenge. The problem is, if you were going to pick a team that was here that was going to win this one, it's there's going to be no contest here.
West Virginia.
It's West Virginia.
Yeah, those hillbillies. anything they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And look, in our fair state of Alabama, we love to get after it too. But I think this is their first ever appearance in Omaha,
but
right?
isn't some of this based on how well fan bases travel too, and how well is West Virginia going to travel to this?
Really well.
I
think it'll be.
So?
They haven't wasted money on Final Four trips or college football playoff trips.
And factor in this as well. I would imagine at some point today they will announce that Pat McAfee is going to Omaha to do his show.
Probably.
I would imagine Pat McAfee may do his show from Rocco's.
Probably.
I would imagine Pat McAfee would start buying $5,000 worth of shots at a time.
That's on brand.
Right?
Yep.
And passing them out to the fans.
Yeah, I can see all these things happening.
By the way, what a waste of that broadcast last night. Like, for whatever reason, I had two different TVs going on the finals, and I switched one, and it was Pat McAfee basically doing play-by-play with Kendrick Perkins.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I don't understand why you're doing this.
Well, get ready. According to The Athletic, Pat McAfee is in negotiations, and it looks like he's about to sign a new deal with ESPN for $60 million a year.
I think he's earned that. I think he's the face of ESPN right now.
Moves the needle, and $60 million a year.
Hey, look, I mean, you're worth what you're worth. I don't get it. I don't get the $60 million for Pat McAfee, but you're worth what you're worth.
Yep. I mean, I don't think ESPN just throws money away.
No, you're right.
Yeah. Expect to see him more, according to the folks at The Athletic, more in their NFL pregame and Monday Night Football coverage.
Of course, they do. I mean, to me, they piss money away with Stephen A., but, I mean, obviously he brings in ratings.
That's right.
$60 million a year, according to The Athletic, for Pat McAfee.
Good for him.
Rob Vaughn's got Alabama out in the College World Series. They play Saturday against Oklahoma is their first game. Rob Vaughn, as the Tide gets ready to pack up and head out there, is talking about this team building towards this moment and a chance to make a statement out in Omaha.
Not surprised. I mean, I know that sounds crazy. Like we didn't come here to lose. We didn't come here to have fun. Like I moved my family, I moved Coach Morrison's family, Coach Papio's family across the country. You know, we didn't come here just thinking like, yeah, let's just go play. It's an SEC job. Let's get a paycheck and put on cool colors. Like we came here because we believed in the system that we had. We believed you could come into a league that is incredibly talented and still value people and still care about people and still coach people and get the right guys in the door that system wins. And man, kind of proof of concept, right? I think none of us ever doubted it. It's just a matter of when. And man, really fortunate 3 years in to be sitting here.
On their way to Omaha. But you look at the betting odds, and you mentioned it earlier, they're down on the 6th line, right? Out of 8 teams, they're 6th. Troy's below them, and I forget who else is below them. But their Alabama is at 6, and there's a big gap between them and the chance to win the national championship on paper.
Alabama, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma, I think, are behind them, but that's it. West Virginia's in front right now.
I was talking to folks last night. Alabama, of the 8 teams there, I think they have the lowest team batting average and the most errors committed.
Yeah.
But Brown, they got a good draw. They got Oklahoma.
That's right.
So, no, they do. I mean, look, they played Oklahoma 3 times in Norman earlier. They won 2 of 3. They outscored them 17 runs to 15 runs. So, I do believe going into that game, they're going to be really confident. And much like this World Cup bracket, you want to get in the winner's bracket. You don't want to be in that loser bracket.
Yeah, you burn right through your pitching in the loser's bracket.
I mean, when's the last time a team
I don't know.
Last year, I was going to say,
I don't know.
loses game 1 and wins College World Series.
I mean, it seems like it never happens. But here's the thing about what you just said. Cormier brought this up the other day when he was on with us about those numbers with Alabama. Like, you look at their numbers and they don't look like they belong here, but here they are. So what does that say about this Alabama team? Because I can promise you, UCLA, Florida State, Southern Miss, there are a lot of teams out there that probably have better overall numbers statistically. They're in Cancun right now. They're not playing in this thing. Auburn, I mean, right here in Auburn, Auburn probably was a better pitching team than Alabama. They probably had better fielding stats, had to have in the SEC, but they're not playing right now. So what's that say about a team that continues to play at a high level, even when their numbers don't show why? I mean, you can use like terms like clutch or whatever, timely hitting, I don't know, but they do something right.
Random question, though, but do you believe anybody that, and I'm talking about the right coach to take it over, any program in the SEC in baseball you can win a national championship with the right coach. Right? You can't necessarily do that in football.
It's funny.
In the SEC, yes.
We had this discussion off the air. The only program that you could point to in the SEC and say they haven't had some modicum of success recently is Missouri. Missouri's a terrible program. But you go top to bottom with the rest of the SEC, Alabama, Auburn, Kentucky, Georgia, LSU, Florida. I mean, they've all, Vandy, they've all had success.
Yeah.
South Carolina they just fired another coach, but they won a national championship, 2 of them back-to-back years, not too terribly long ago.
But the fact that Alabama hasn't been to Omaha since 1999.
It's hard to believe.
That's a long, long time.
You know, when that was going on under Jim Wells, I remember when Jim Wells took the job and immediately that impact. And, you know, unfortunately for Wells is you had LSU right there.
That's right.
And LSU was so freaking good during that era.
It was an Alabama LSU national championship game one time.
Yep.
In 94, 95? No, it was later than that.
Yeah, I thought it was
97.
97.
Maybe,
somewhere around there.
something like that. But anyway, with all that said, when Wells had them cooking, you thought that they would be around a long time. That's why you can't take these moments for granted.
That's right.
World Cup tonight. We're about to do our 4 downs, but we're here at Bunkers. 3 o'clock Central Time is when we start the ticket giveaway. But a lot of good things here at Bunkers year round, not just when the World Cup is in town here at Auburn. It's perfect for your game day location as well for football, basketball, or even if you're a student here on campus or visiting your kids on campus. Bunkers make it a destination location, LT.
Yes, and $5 Ultras and Stellas all day long as we get ready for 7:30 match tonight. Make match day superior with our friends at Michelob Ultra and Stella. Again, stop in and see us. Enjoy the great food, the great specials all day long. And ticket giveaway from our friends at Michelob Ultra, 3 o'clock today. We'll give you more details on that.
And 4 downs every single day, presented by our guys at Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction, riding the roads of Alabama. You come across road work all the time, and it's those big federal, state, municipal government projects. There's a good chance when you see those, you're seeing our guys from Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction doing the work there. What you may read into that is they don't have time for your smaller job, like a parking lot for a church, a parking pad at your house driveway. You could not be more incorrect. Jobs big and small, they got an entire division based just on those jobs. So for your estimate, 205-349-0910. That is 205-349-0910 or centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
Hey, finally, though, before you do it, LT, finally we've got the light blue and white vertical striped Argentina fans rolling in here. I'm starting to see some of those jerseys getting ready.
Yeah.
That's an iconic jersey.
It really
is. An iconic sports jersey. Yeah, this young man, they've got some right here.
Right. Yeah, it is an iconic jersey.
A trio just walked in back there. It's an iconic jersey, man.
Better chance of happening this season. Brendan Sorsby wins a playoff game as a starting quarterback for Texas Tech, or Aaron Donald plays in a game for the Rams.
All right, here is why I'm going to say Aaron Donald is I think the game Brendan Sorsby will be in will be a bye. So I think they'll get a better team in the bowl game and will not win a playoff game. Does that make sense? They'll win the Big 12.
You think Texas Tech will be a top 4 team?
They're going to be undefeated and Big 12 champion. How would they not be?
Strength of schedule. I don't think Texas Tech will be a top.
I think they will based on this if they're undefeated. I don't think there's going to be another undefeated team in college football.
I think they're going to be undefeated. They're going to be a dominant undefeated.
I don't think they'll be undefeated.
You don't? Who's going to be them?
BYU.
Well, then they won't even be in the playoffs.
In the Big 12 championship game.
So you don't even have them in the playoffs.
Houston. I'll say it
well,
now.
I'm trying to make it far-fetched on that side.
I'll say it now.
Say it out loud. Say it out loud.
Brendan Sorsby's not good. Lost at Nebraska last year. He was 13 of 25 last year for 69 yards against Nebraska. Lost the opener.
He was throwing that game.
Win. No touchdowns, 1 interception.
1 possession game.
Win. Loses to Utah. He was 11 of 33 with a touch and an interception.
All right, I'll say this.
Loses to Arizona. He was 15 of 28 with a touch and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Lost to BYU. Lost to TCU. He's not that good. We're making a big deal. This guy's not that good.
I will say this. I was at home yesterday afternoon. It was kind of rainy, nothing to do outside. Had the TV on ESPN when they were talking about all this. Jeremy Fowler, you guys know Jeremy Fowler.
Yep.
The NFL reporter, said from people he had talked to in the league, they were talking about the possibility of him considering the supplemental draft. He said, of the people I talked to in the league, they feel like Brendan Sorsby's a late first-round guy in this year's draft. Had he been in this year's draft,
I think he would have been too.
He would have been late first round. That only Ty Simpson and Fernando Mendoza would have gone in front.
Yeah, there's a reason that most people viewed him as the best player in the portal.
Yeah. So that's on the NFL side, Dunaway. They felt like it was late first round.
I would say that who is the quarterback at Clemson?
Cade Klubnik.
He's more Cade Klubnik than he is Fernando Mendoza.
And look, NFL teams miss all the time on late first-round picks. I'm not saying that means he was a given in the NFL. I'm just telling you the way the NFL viewed his ability, according to the reports Jeremy Fowler.
Yeah, clap back when I'm wrong, if I'm wrong back during football season.
Yeah.
But I think when the season is done, against meaningful competition, they have an easier path to get there than most. But against meaningful competition, this guy's not good.
I'm going to say undefeated, wins the Big 12, gets a bye, loses, so better shot at Aaron Donald.
I'm going to go Aaron Donald just because I like Aaron Donald.
Hope you guys are right.
Yeah.
Second down.
Man, it's hard to believe, but on this date in 1993, the Canadians beat the Kings in Game 5 to capture Canada's last Stanley Cup.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So if I ask you moving forward, what happens first? Another Canadian team wins a Stanley Cup, or I'll give you the field of the ACC and Big 12 winning a national championship in football.
Well, Miami was close, right?
Yeah, ball in hand with a chance to win the game.
Clemson has done it recent memory. I don't know if they can get back to that point. Who else is close in the ACC?
Not a lot.
Nobody else.
I mean, SMU has been in the playoffs, but you can't say they were
Not
close.
even close. They're really Miami. I mean, they were close last year.
Yeah, Big 12 is nowhere. Nobody's close in the Big 12.
Not really.
Yeah. So what's for the other side of this bet? Because that's not a good one.
Canada winning another Stanley Cup.
Yeah, not a lot of Canadian teams
It's been
anymore.
36 years.
Yeah, the Canadians were playing pretty good. Are the Nordiques still a team? The Senators.
I mean, Maple Leafs. It's hard to believe the Maple
Leafs. I'll take the Canadians winning a Stanley Cup before the ACC or Big 12 winning a football championship.
You know how far you got to go back for the Maple Leafs?
Oh, it's in the 60s, right?
I thought it was the 40s.
Is it the 40s?
I thought it was the 50s. One of us is right. It's either 40s, 50s, or 60s.
Either way,
I think it's the 50s.
Anyway, it was pre-face mask for the goalies.
Which is remarkable because wouldn't you view the Maple Leafs like the New York Yankees or the Boston Red Sox?
Yeah.
Should be. It's original six.
Yeah, and how they go that long without winning a championship. I think I'm going to go Canadian team here, though, Dunaway.
Me too.
Third down.
Michael J. Fox, 65 years old today. Welcome to senior citizenship. Natalie Portman, 45. Who had the better career, Natalie Portman or Michael J. Fox?
I feel like
I'm going to say Michael J. Fox, the kid show. Then he had Spin City. He was part of that.
He won awards. I mean, won Golden Globes, Emmys for Spin City.
Yeah. Then he did the movies. Just Back to the Futures is a good place to start there.
I can't believe that movie did not come up in our favorite 80s comedies yesterday.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
There was you could make an argument he was the biggest male star of the 80s between Family Ties, Back to the Future. I mean,
never really had outside, and that's a big franchise. Never really had the film success, Casualties of War, Secret of My Success.
I'm not saying it was a good film, but Teen Wolf, I mean,
it made money
because Michael J. Fox was in it.
But Natalie Portman, at her age, at 45, is still getting really good roles. She has won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
And the longevity going from a kid actor when she was in Leon the Professional at 12 to where she is right now. I think it's close, but I would go Michael J. Fox.
I think I would too.
Michael J. Fox for me too. Yes.
Fourth down.
Johnny Depp, 63 years old today. Better career, Johnny Depp or John Elway?
Both in the NFL. Johnny Depp owns a portion of the Miami Dolphins for a time.
I would say Elway.
I think so too.
Now Depp was the captain of the pirate ship, right?
And outside of that, give me his great role.
I mean, Blow and Donnie Brasco were both, in my opinion, really, really good films. Like, I think he's just a weirdo. And so
I would agree.
I think he's respected as a good actor. He's never gonna he's a spender. If you've ever seen anything on Johnny Depp, and that's one of the reasons he took all these Jack Sparrow roles. I only saw the first Caribbeans.
See, I like those movies.
He was really good though as a pirate.
He plays the role great,
and that was a good franchise.
Yeah.
But I'll go Elway.
Made a
Two-time
ton of
Super
money.
Bowl champion, lost a couple of Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Depp here.
I think I'll go Depp as well. That franchise made a lot of money. You know what hurts Elway a little bit is his front office career. Like, everybody thought this guy, put him in the front office, he'll evaluate quarterbacks better than anybody. And all his quarterback drafts are awful. Like, he never drafted a good quarterback.
Well, and I thought Elway was such a unique player back in the day. You saw it with Fran Tarkington. You saw it with Randall Cunningham, not to that level. But the athletic quarterback didn't really exist, and now they're all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, he was before his time a little bit, I think.
Johnny Depp also was in
our-
What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which is mainly seen as Leonardo DiCaprio's breakout performance because he's absolutely incredible in that film. But Johnny Depp, equally as good, but just overshadowed by Leo in that film.
Okay.
Keep that rolling, Tyler. Michelson viewing menu right now, brought to you by our friends at Michelson. Tell us about Michelson LT.
Is that what you guys would do? Speaking of Gilbert Grape, are we on a tight schedule? Because I wanted to bring something up.
We got Clay.
Like the fat mom dies, and instead of trying to get her out of the house, they just burn it down, don't they, Tyler?
So bad.
One way to do it. I will tell you this, Tyler, as you get ready to give us a viewing menu and trash later on, and for Clay, probably the youngest audience we've had on location in a long, long time.
Yeah, I would say so.
We're working heavy U18 here.
Is that a hint to me?
Just I know one story we have coming up. It'd probably be good to save for tomorrow, so we can really get into it.
These kids, they got to learn, man. They're in a college town, a college bar. Their old men are pounding out beers. I think we're all fine. 205-969-8100. That is the number you need to call if you procrastinated thinking about getting the laser procedure done. If you wear the contacts or glasses, now time to make that call. As for Amy, she's going to hook you up with a hassle-free
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
We interrupt this program for breaking news. From the gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorneys, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777 or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. from day one, Xerox Business Solutions. They've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Final hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, champyschicken.com, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Always great for tailgating, even when you're going to watch World Cup soccer. Sterling loves the sport of soccer, the sport of kings? Question mark? The sport of the world? Whatever soccer is, he loves it. He loves football too. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go by and see Sterling and the crew there. Little producing live on the air. Apologize for the drop there. Was corrected now. Love it here at Bunkers and Auburn. Not their fault. It was our fault. I think I got in Brown's head and we didn't plug something in there. But Tyler, let's do this. Let's finish the viewing menu. And then when you need to drop to call Clay Travis, you drop and just wrap up on your own time there. Wrap up and go call Clay.
Yeah, and I've got an announcement we got to make, too, on the other side of that.
Before we do the viewing menu, Bunkers is where we are getting ready for the match tonight. I had some gentlemen coming up taking selfies with this poster behind us with Michelob Ultra and Lionel Messi is part of a giveaway.
So you're going to like this because you were talking about exhibition play or whatever we've got tonight. I was wrong on the tickets. They're not for tonight from our friends at Michelob Ultra. It's the World Cup Match 95. It's game 86 versus the winner of game 88, July 7th in Atlanta. It's an 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock Eastern kick.
Those will be great teams.
Yeah, so this is coming up in the next couple of weeks. Your opportunity to come by here at Bunkers, enjoy the $5 Ultras and Stellas, and get registered at 3 o'clock to win the World Cup Match 95, which is the winner of game 86, winner of game 88, July 7th in Atlanta. I guess we probably could look ahead to that bracket, right?
Well, it's part of the knockout round, so that'll be a little confusing to figure it out. So it'll be some of the best teams left in the world.
I'm going to say it's U.S. and Brazil. U.S. and Brazil.
Yeah. But anyway, you got a chance to win tickets if you come by Bunkers and register. So come on by here and do that and get a chance to win those tickets to an actual part of the World Cup. So even if you got tickets tonight, if you're one of the 87,000 who will be in Jordan here and you got tickets, you can still come by Bunkers at some point today, starting at 3 o'clock, register and get a chance to win your tickets to go to an actual World Cup game in Atlanta coming up deep into the knockout round. Should be a whole lot of fun there. All right, Tyler, in a couple of minutes, give us one or two things you're watching before you call Clay Travis. What are you watching tonight, man?
All right, so yesterday I went to the movies, as I'm known to do, and I caught Power Ballad because, it's a new movie and it's out. It stars Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas, and it is not worth anyone's time.
Okay,
it's
let's give that one.
Heartfelt at points, and it all revolves around Nick Jonas stealing this song that Paul Rudd wrote and, achieving all these accolades and these sales. But the song just kind of is the most generic love song written for a movie I've ever heard. So it's just not worth stealing, and the movie's not worth seeing. Wouldn't recommend it. On Hulu, you can watch the original Transformers movie from 2007, directed by Michael Bay, starring Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. And this almost made the list that was covered in The Next Reel yesterday, and that episode's out now. Lance and I talked about our top 5 movies that critics hate but we still love, and Transformers nearly made my list. There was a bit of Michael Bay discussion, though. And also, Tubi, one of our favorite platforms as of late for streaming, has added a movie that went really under the radar, but is still pretty solid. It's called Zathura. It's basically Jumanji, but in space. And it stars a young Josh Hutcherson, Dax Shepard, Kristen Stewart, and Tim Robbins. It got a 77 on Rotten Tomatoes, but absolutely flopped at the box office because it opened the same weekend as Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I saw one of those movies that opening weekend, and it was not Zathura. But I do like Zathura. And that's all I got, so we can get to Clay.
All right, Clay Travis coming up in just a second as we broadcast from bunkers right here off of Glen Street in downtown Auburn. Before Lionel Messi, and he's expected to play tonight. Something the folks at College Station didn't get, so he has saved it for Jordan-Hare Stadium tonight, and we should expect to see the legend get on the turf tonight at Jordan-Hare Stadium, which will be just a ton of fun. While we wait on Clay, tell us about New York Butcher Shop, LT, a wonderful place to go by and get some great steaks.
Yeah, hey, look, if you want to sit back, relax, watch NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals, College World Series, you can do it with some of the fantastic meats from the New York Butcher Shop, the ribs, the chicken, the pork, the in-house sides made fresh every single day. Get in and see Jim, incredible staff of butchers, 2 locations, the original Cabo Heights, Highway 119 and Greystone. Don't forget about the fantastic selection of desserts and wines as well. For more information, stop in. Rare quality, well-done service. It's the New York Butcher Shop.
I am excited to hear that Messi is going to play because I'm seeing a lot of Argentinian fans here, and that will be exciting for them, obviously. I can only imagine all these kids that are in here in Messi jerseys. This is probably your only chance ever to see the guy play.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful for. I could just, from where we're sitting on the stage here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids I could see. My daughter makes 6 in a Messi jersey. This will be probably a once in a lifetime for them.
Isn't it a situation? I know we didn't play at Kyle Field, but like if you're going to be there and you're going to be dressed, roll out for like 2 or 3 minutes at least. You know.
Yeah. Except the one time you tear your hamstring in that 2 or 3 minutes right before the World Cup. That's the concern, obviously, right?
This would be like, all right, the Rams are getting ready for the Super Bowl in that bye week. Hey, a lot of people are going to come watch practice. We really would love to see Aaron Donald hit the quarterback. Would you let him hit Matt Stafford one time?
Just one time.
Quarterback's different. Just checking in. You know, soccer's such a different sport. He can run around on a corner and doesn't have to be involved. They're not going to score anyway. Take his jersey off.
I can only imagine. Like, I'm actually looking forward to this tonight. I don't know if he'll start, but the buzz in the stadium, like if he subs in, there'll be a palpable buzz in the stadium. What do you think, Dunaway?
100%.
I mean, this is a world hero for a lot of people. So again, all I got to do is look at the kids out here in the jerseys that I see.
Can't wait to see the numbers for the World Cup and viewers, because everything in sports viewership seems to be up. Even softball, that Texas Tech Women's World Series championship game, 2.5 million viewers. Now we're approaching a not good, but an okay college football number. That's better than that's Tuesday night MAC numbers, better than Wednesday night Fun Belt numbers. That for a women's softball game. I would imagine the success of this past weekend's super regionals in baseball will carry with some of the Cinderella stories to the World Series in Omaha. So it seems like everything in television is up viewer-wise. And, you know, Clay Travis, who joins us now, works with Fox, and Fox has this World Cup, the decade in the making. I can only imagine how exciting this is going to be over the next month.
Yeah, Clay is the founder of Outkick. We'll get to that in a moment. But he's joining us on his way to the airport as we're live in Auburn, Clay, for a friendly tonight, an exhibition game with Argentina and Iceland. My understanding from Lance Taylor and Jim Dunaway is you are headed to L.A. for the United States opener at SoFi. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm taking my 11-year-old to go to the U.S. Paraguay. So I will be there Friday night when the U.S. kicks it off. I think Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, is the opening game. officially of the World Cup. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I have never gotten to watch, as I would imagine most people haven't, the U.S. men play ever in a World Cup. And so it's a fun bucket list, I think, not only for me, but I'm excited to take my 11-year-old, who is a big soccer fan, and hopefully the U.S. will take care of business against Paraguay on Friday and start this thing off with a bang, because I do think there is sort of a deep reservoir of desire for people to be able to celebrate American teams. We just saw it with the U.S. men's hockey team. I heard Dunaway talking about the ratings and how people seem to be coming together on sports for a different level than maybe in the past even. And so it would be great if we could one year have an actual impressive run from the U.S. men, and fingers crossed we could.
Okay, I'm being really serious when I ask this question. Better chance, though, that we see the U.S. win a World Cup in our lifetime, or we see an apocalypse, or just what happens first?
Well, first of all, I think it depends on the lifetime of anyone out there, but I do think it's worth kind of contemplating where we are as in terms of the U.S. soccer team. Alexi Lawless, a good buddy of mine, and I've actually had this conversation a bunch with him. If we could go back in time to 1994, which was the last time the U.S. hosted a World Cup, and probably a lot of people remember that, and we said, okay, where will we be as a soccer republic in terms of being able to contend for a championship in 32 years? I think the math is right on that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I think it's fair to say that there would have been a great deal of disappointment that the U.S. wouldn't have had in the last 32 years a team capable of really making a significant run at winning the World Cup. Now, we did go in 2002, if I'm not mistaken, to the round of 8. We've been to the round of 16 a bunch of times, but we have never progressed beyond the round of 8. And I think that would be seen as a failure if you were judging it from 1994 over the last 32 years.
Clay Travis is with us. I watched that documentary on Team USA in '94, and I remember living through it, and I would have imagined if you'd asked me, hey, we're going to host the World Cup in 2026, I thought we'd be a superpower by then. I thought because 94, remember, was backed up by the women in 99, and I just thought at that point we're building something, and it's amazing we're not where we are. Do you like the fact, and this is, I don't mean to get political here, but I don't like the fact that we're sharing this World Cup with Mexico and Canada. And I know it's a North American World Cup, and it's not just to the USA, but I sort of wish this was just us. I wish we had all the teams in the States for this.
I don't see that as political at all. I mean, I just said you want the best for your own country. That's not political, yeah.
And I know,
I wish
Mexico was playing the first game. They've got the first game, and it's in Mexico City, and then we play on Friday. Then the USA plays in Los Angeles. I feel like I wish we'd have gotten this all by ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's 100% right. Like, I wish that we had, between you and me, I wish that we had the World Cup exclusively to our own. I will say it is pretty awesome that we have as many of the World Cup games as we do, and we have most of the most important of those games, including the finale, the championship game, which will be in the New York City area. And I think overall there's a lot of reason for excitement. And again, if we could get a run going, we should make the knockout stage. If we could win that game and get into the round of 16, because the knockout stage now starts with 32, then maybe we get lucky. Maybe we get a good draw. Maybe we have an opportunity to pull off an upset. The one thing about soccer is you can dominate a game. It's a little bit like hockey in that way. You can get a lot less shots on goal than somebody else, and you just happen to put away your couple of opportunities, and the team that has the better opportunities doesn't actually win the game. So, it is football-like in that way, where we've all seen a game where a team's got 200 more yards total offense than the other team, but they fumble a punt, they throw a pick six, and you look up in the fourth quarter, and you got a chance for an upset. I think that's kind of where we need to be if we're going up against a team that's more skilled and better talented than we are.
Clay Travis is with us as we continue from Auburn at Bunkers. Clay is on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. In college football, we really are in unprecedented space here, and it's amazing I can even say that about college football because it doesn't seem there's anything unprecedented in college football. But to have teams publicly saying, Clay, we are not going to schedule any athletic team from a particular institution, publicly say that is pretty crazy to consider. I don't know that we've ever seen this, and I really do not blame Georgia and Nebraska for this. I don't think this is just performative. Like, I think they have a legitimate complaint here that you have got a team actively backing a guy that has admitted to betting on his own games. I think teams should find a way to make a stand against this.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I do think sometimes there are moments where everybody just kind of looks around and says, boy, we're in a tough spot. And I think that result that we got from Lubbock County, from Texas Tech area judge to federal district court judge, has been something where everybody just said, we can't keep going on like this. Regardless of what your fan base is, we can't have an Alabama or Texas or Tennessee or Florida or Ohio or California or wherever it is judge dictating a rule that's different for that particular place than it would be nationwide. And I think there's a deep sense of acknowledgement that we are in a broken spot. And I think sometimes a profoundly broken result can be a crystallizing, catalyzing force. And I think that's what you're likely to see from this because pretty much everybody has said, it's funny, if you think about it historically back in the day, I think most people said, hey, Todd Gurley, Johnny Manziel, whichever athlete you want to point to, they can't get suspended for selling an autograph or selling their own cleats or signing a jersey and selling it. That felt wrong to people. And I think now we've spun to the place where the NCAA has gone from the villain to now the hero of a story, where when you look back, a lot of people are saying, well, if the NCAA can't enforce against a guy that is actually gambling on his own games, then we really do have no rules at all, and we can't create a sport or govern a sport like this.
Well, you know who I thought of? I thought of Rick Neuheisel, our friend.
Oh, yeah.
Who lost his job for basically just doing an office pool March Madness bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. How about Bruce Pearl lost his job for multiple years for having a guy over to eat at his house?
Yes.
I mean, we're talking about craziness that we lived through. But, yeah, to me, Todd Gurley, Johnny Manziel, you can point to a lot of guys over the years who I think you look back on. I mean, heck, Reggie Bush losing his Heisman Trophy because his parents lived in a house that was nicer than otherwise he might have been able to afford. I think a lot of people look at this now and say the morality on this was broken, and now we've spun so far. I talked about this before. We used to have guys sue to be able to get to the pros faster. Now we have guys suing to be able to stay in college longer. But now we've gone from the NCAA is the root of all the sin that exists in college athletics to now, man, can you believe the NCAA can't even make rules to be able to govern college athletics? We've gone so far that the NCAA is now has gone from the bad guy to the hero of the college sports story.
Hey, before we get to your future, because we did hear there was breaking news with Clay Travis and his brand
Hollywood
yesterday
was the first place I saw.
I got to ask you though. I assume your buddy Ryan Clark, when he sent out this tweet, 100% Knicks fans have proven they're the best fan base in sports. I assume that was a shot at Trump. I know we're a divisive country. But shouldn't we live in a world where I don't know if Obama was ever booed at a sporting event?
Oh, I'm sure he was if he was there.
I don't know, like Trump did last night. Clay, help me out. You're the political guy. We're not. But that was embarrassing. Whether you hate that guy or not, he is still our sitting president.
Yeah, I wouldn't boo the president no matter who it was. I actually also think it's cool when the president goes to a sporting event. I mean, I'll give you an example. In your backyard, I was fortunate enough to get to go to the LSU Alabama game 2019 at Bryant-Denny Stadium when the president was there. Most people in their life only get the opportunity maybe once, most don't ever get it, to ever be in the same building as the president of the United States. So the idea that it would be considered an insult in any way, I mean, I think when the president goes to the Super Bowl or a big college football game or a big basketball game, it makes the event feel bigger. It makes it, to me, a super interesting, awesome experience once in a lifetime for most people. I bet there's people listening to us right now that will never be in the same building as Donald Trump again, and they got to be in Bryant-Denny for the Georgia game or for the LSU game, 2 games that I was there that Trump went to. And so I think you look at that, and I think it should be celebrated. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a cool thing. And so regardless who the president is, if I were in that building, I would never boo him personally, but that might just, to LT's point, I think it is a sign that things can be, at least we live in a country where people feel comfortable saying what they really think, as opposed to much of the rest of the country, where much of the rest of the world, where you'd get dragged out and put in prison if you did a public, disrespect of the leader.
That is true, but we will never be in the situation again where the president doesn't get booed like that ever as a country. That will never happen again. So
I think it depends on what. I think it depends on where the jurisdiction is. I mean, the response that I gave to Ryan Clark was Trump would be overwhelmingly cheered if he went out on the field at LSU, Death Valley, where Ryan Clark played college football. Does that mean that LSU fans are the worst in sports? Because if you're saying that Knicks fans are the best because they booed Trump, does that mean that the fans who cheered him, including the ones that you played in front of and that you root for, does that mean that they're the worst? And I mean, look, I don't think Ryan Clark is particularly smart or particularly perceptive on his political takes. Frankly, I don't think his sports takes are that interesting either. But I would imagine he probably didn't even think through that logic. And, I would just submit that, in my opinion, the president being at an event, Republican, Democrat, Independent, or party that we know not of that may exist in the years ahead, is a cool thing.
Do you think the Whigs may come back? Is that what you're hinting at? We may
Maybe.
have Whigs
Who knows?
again?
Who knows? The Reform Party came back for a little while. It's a good history pull from you on the Whig Party. But who knows? I mean, the Republicans didn't exist until Abraham Lincoln. So, it's not that long ago. And who knows what might happen in the years ahead.
Okay, try to explain to us what went down, I guess not over the weekend. I don't know how long it's been going down. But when you originally sold Outkick 5 years ago, I asked you the question, with this amount of money coming in, why do you want to continue to work? I had a conversation with a buddy of mine on the way down to Auburn this morning, and we were talking about what our number was to get out. It's embarrassingly low. After working this 5-year contractual deal with Outkick, have you thought about absolutely retiring? People asked me yesterday what you're going to do. I assume you're going to be doing something more in the television realm, but, talk to us about retirement and what the future is for Clay Travis.
At some point in the next couple of weeks, we'll, kind of lay out what's coming and what my plans are. I love what I do. And the analogy I've made is everybody at some point in their life sits around and says, what would I do if I won the lottery, right? If I suddenly tomorrow I woke up and I had lots of money, more money than I could spend, what would I do? And I think the ultimate awesome answer, because I feel like I did win the lottery, is I woke up the next morning and I wanted to keep doing exactly what I was already doing. So I love my jobs. I don't want to quit them. And so I'm not retiring anytime soon. To me, I've got a, decade probably of still going pretty hard. I feel good. I don't feel like I don't have any energy. I mean, I'm on the way to the airport right now. I'm going to be testifying under oath about Sports Broadcasting Act tomorrow, and then I'm going to be in Florida for the upfronts for the Clay and Buck show with all of our advertisers, and then I'm hopping a plane and flying to LA. So I'm going to be on the road for the next 3 days, going all over the place. I love what I do. So I don't think I'm close right now to sort of hanging it up, although some people might wish that I did. In the meantime, I want to do more and be a better version of what I've already done. And so, I mean, there'll be some news coming out on that in the weeks ahead, but I feel you guys were there, I think, 15 years ago at the Winfrey Hotel in Birmingham when I launched Outkick. And I was hoping at that time, maybe I could make $100,000 a year doing that. That was my dream. And I did a little bit better. So I never would have believed 15 years that it would be had been as successful or have been able to accomplish what we did. Fox now owns that company, and they're excited about it, and they have a lot of future plans for it. And in general, I think I would rather be the one who gets to make decisions than be an employee. And so that kind of gives you a sense of some of the things I want to do.
I felt like I was, I know LT was there from the ground floor of Outkick. I felt like I was part of the Outkick 2 days before it launched. As I was bouncing some story ideas off of Clay's head.
LT's credit, by the way, LT threw me a party the night that Outkick launched at, he may remember the location, somewhere off 280, not far from the
Alabama.
Yep. Sweet Bones, Alabama.
Remember it well.
Yep. Yeah, we had a great crew out that night.
Yeah, it was a fun night.
It was a really fun night. I remember going out, and I can't believe that's been 15 years. But, yeah, I hit publish from a Winfrey hotel room in Birmingham in July of 2011. So,
hey, you know what I remember the most about that? We were
years.
sitting at a local steakhouse, and the invitations finally came back. And, of course, they wrote on there, "Your YOUR invited." And Clay was like, holy shit. Like, how did you mess that up? And it wasn't on me, but, of course, you were the guy that pegged that. But that was the thing that stands out to me, where the invitations were wrong from day one.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that's kind of par for the course, right? Because we haven't been certainly imperfect, but I've loved every minute of it. And I mean, I think the answer is I feel like I've got kind of the perfect jobs. So maybe at some point I'll get burned out, but I'm not there yet. And hopefully we'll have some more cool fun over the next 15 years.
It's actually full circle of where we are in college athletics, because the very first story at Outkick was the suits at Alabama.
That's
the
right.
Suits story was your first launch story.
Well, actually,
I don't know where you got that idea from, but it was a great story. And then all of a sudden now those athletes could buy this whole store.
Actually, the very first story was not the Alabama suit story. It was Cam Newton, if you remember, because that was in 11, was coming off of Cam getting paid, I think it's fair to say, $180,000 reportedly, which now looks like what it probably was, the greatest deal in the history of college football. 14-0 SEC champion, Heisman Trophy winning national championship team that I think it's fair to say, we've talked about this before, would have probably been an 8-5, 9-4 caliber team. If they hadn't happened to have the best quarterback in football that year.
Yeah. I'm not even sure they're bowl eligible. Honestly.
I mean, today Cam Newton would be a $6 million,
if that,
or
if only that,
yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, but that was when we launched.
So Clay, we've all experienced this before. Back in the day, people would call us up, reach out, people you didn't really know. Hey, I've got a great business idea. It was almost the early Shark Tank thing. Can you get me in front of Charles Barkley? I haven't had anybody reach out to me about Clay, but do you have people that reach out and they're like, man, I have got an incredible idea and opportunity for you?
Yeah, look, I mean, yes. And sometimes those pan out well. I got in SpaceX. So on Friday, I'm going to be like, hey, look how brilliant I am. I just gave Elon Musk money, and, he made us a lot of money. And so sometimes I have done that. With what I'm working on now, I'm kind of marshaling resources. I think one of the fun things about having sold Outkick is I have the ability to not have to go out and raise money to try to start businesses myself. And one of the biggest challenges, anybody out there that's got an entrepreneurial bent, most of us, unless you happen to been born wealthy, don't have that many resources. And so you can have a brilliant idea, but that's why Shark Tank exists, because the business costs money. And so I tend to focus on things that I understand. I've done a lot in the sports gambling space. I understand that business. I understand media in general. And so it is fun to be involved in a variety of different, businesses that are trying to incubate themselves. Having said that, You also have to be careful because one way that a lot of athletes, frankly, who are like me and didn't grow up with very much money and might end up with some, end up losing a lot is it's really easy to invest in businesses that seem like they're going to make sense, and then they don't work out very well, and you can lose a lot of money investing in a very rapid way. And so you have to be careful with that too.
All right, he is Clay Travis. Well, we should say congrats. You built it. We were there day one. I'm not going to say probably, Clay. I was like, what's Clay doing here? Outkickthecoverage.com.
Yeah.
What does he think?
I forget there was something, I forget the name of it. There was another website that I went to all the time, and I was like, why is he going to start this? I go to this other website all the time, and then that website stopped existing like 8 months later.
But then, of course, when Clay asked us, we're like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea, Clay. Great idea. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought you'd fail. I thought you'd completely fail at this. So,
well, look, I mean, the reality is the vast majority of people who start businesses fail, and it's not because they don't necessarily work hard. It's just, timing can be impactful. I think we hit on good timing, meaning I was a little bit ahead of people starting sites, and then sports gambling becoming legal poured a lot of money into the industry, and we timed it well. I was doing a sports gambling show, so we had some good breaks. But I like to think that it wasn't total happenstance, and we'll find out, I guess, going forward.
Yep, that is Clay Travis. Congrats, founder of Outkick, and you'll see him even more now, probably on Fox and FS1 as he continues a deal with them. Clay, thank you very much for the time. Always great talking with you.
Hey, appreciate you all. Enjoy the game. See ya.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Safe travels to you. Clay on his way all around the country. He was with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
Breaking news on the Brendan Sorsby situation from the Big 12 after Lance tells us about our friends at Hemp Hill.
Hemp Hill Services, the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling, any of those issues arise, home or business, they're ready to serve you. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Reading from Pete Thamel on social media, a statement from Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark on the athletic director call. All the Big 12 athletic directors on the call. It just wrapped up, and here's the statement from Brett Yormark to Pete Thamel. We had a thoughtful and productive conversation with our athletic directors today, and we continue to work through the broader implications of this situation. Speaking of Brendan Sorsby being ruled eligible after his gambling addiction and admissions. Many of our athletic directors voiced their opinions. We will continue to have open and honest dialogue amongst the group, and until there is something to report, these conversations will remain within the conference. Does that sound like there was a lot of griping and moaning?
That's a word salad to essentially say all the other ADs are pissed off, but we don't know what to do about it.
We will continue to have open and honest dialogue amongst the group until there is something to report. These conversations will remain within the conference.
I guarantee you Brett Yormark has got a ton of attorneys digging to see what kind of leash that he's got, the leniency, and what he can actually do to possibly suspend Brendan Sorsby. But obviously, it's nothing that's going to happen right now.
Ross on social media, can the conference make Texas Tech ineligible for the conference championship if Sorsby plays a game?
I mean, again, all you got to do is go to a judge at this point, right? I mean, obviously, we know they got favorable judges.
I think they'll be forewarned, like you can play him if in fact it moves forward like this. But on February 8th, if they rule that he was ineligible, all of those games are forfeited.
Yeah, now I say, I'll take that. I'll take that. I mean, I'll go play it. I'll try to win it on the field. You may say we forfeit those games. We'll still have the trophy in Lubbock. We'll still paint the year on our scoreboard.
I don't think you can flip the perception right now. The PR is the PR.
That's right.
Even if you pulled out at this point, they would just be like, oh, you just had so much negative reaction is the only reason you're tapping out and you're not playing Brendan Sorsby. You're all in now. You've paid him his $5 million. And I'll tell you this, if I'm Brendan Sorsby and you've agreed to pay me $5 million and I am eligible right now, I'm taking my $5 million, even if you decide not to play me.
That's right. If I'm standing on the sidelines, I'm standing on the sideline for $5 million.
I remember as an Alabama guy how uncomfortable I was during the Bediako thing. Like I told you guys privately and on the air that for the few games he played, it took away my joy for
Yeah.
Alabama
But
basketball.
he
And once he stopped playing, I had that
He wasn't
joy
a good
again
player,
to watch
though.
them. I'm getting to a point, though. I'm wondering if any of this distraction takes away from, if you're a Texas Tech fan, the joy of cheering for your team, even if he plays and they're winning. Would you rather win without him than win with him?
I don't know, because Texas Tech's been bad or not good for so long. I think Alabama fans were upset with Bediako because they're like, he's not a difference maker. Like, this is not going to be the difference in us, maybe going to a Final Four or winning a championship. I think with Sorsby, it could be a difference maker. I know you agree with his talent, but I think it could be a difference. With Bediako, it wasn't going to change anything.
The backup, you guys still think they go 12-0 even with the backup quarterback?
Yeah. I think, there's a chance. I'm not going to say I'd bet my life on it, but there's a chance they do. I would just quickly go, there is obviously, and I know this is not the point you're making, but I do want to say this. The difference in the Bediako thing and the Sorsby thing is the Bediako thing was Nate Oates trying to take an agreed upon NCAA rule to the next step. This is not the Sorsby thing. There's nothing agreed upon about this. This is a guy himself saying, I violated a rule that everybody knows is there and cannot be violated. So there really is a difference there. Here's what I'll say, though, and I'm going to go stereotypical here, but stereotypes, a lot of times, are stereotypes for a good reason. I view the Texas Tech fans as the renegades of the Texas schools. Like, Texas is the blue blood. Texas A&M has all the money of the blue blood. The only reason they're not a blue blood is they've never won anything, and they aren't Texas. And then Texas Tech is the drunk uncle that lives out in West Texas and never gets invited to the family reunions. That's the way I've always viewed Texas Tech's fan base. So to answer your question, I think this is kind of the way they approach football anyway. Like, we're the renegades. We're the guns up people. We wear the black hat. We're happy being the black hat as long as we're winning.
Yeah, I think they'll embrace it.
Yeah, I think they'll be an us against the world attitude.
Yeah. Joe Popliano on Twitter. Joe is a sports and business journalist. He says all the people defending Brendan Sorsby by saying he never bet on his own team seem to be overlooking the fact that he bet on unders for Indiana's passing yards and points scored while he was on the team. That is effectively betting the same thing as against betting on your team.
That's no doubt. If you're betting under in passing,
it's now, he didn't play, but he knew the game.
But again, there's a difference in betting on your team and betting against.
You and I have always disagreed on that.
It's 100%.
It's not 100%.
Wait, he's betting on unders and passing yards and points.
But he wasn't playing, so like he knows like these quarterbacks in front of me suck. I bet he cashed a lot of those tickets. If you're betting against your team, then you can manipulate the outcome of that.
You certainly can, but if you're betting on your team, you can also change plays the coach sends in and throw it more because you're trying to score more points because you got to get more points.
Well, then that would be on the coaches to make that.
But it's still. That's why I've never drawn, like everybody used to say that about Pete Rose. Will only bet on his team to win. Does not matter. He bet on his team. There's nothing. It does not.
Completely different.
It is not.
No, it is completely different.
It isn't.
Well,
I don't know how you guys don't realize that. But because Pete Rose was throwing his worst guy to make sure that if the Reds were going to lose a game.
That's terrible.
That is messing with the integrity of the game 100%.
So it's doing things out of your character to try to score more runs to cover a line.
He was on the sideline, though, watching bad quarterbacks play, and he's like, I'm going to play the under because I know this quarterback can't go over 280 yards.
No, but he knew the game plan. He knew, okay, we're going to, against this team, we're going to milk the clock. We're going to try to run a few plays possible. So there's no way it's going to go over.
The books. He's manipulating the system.
He is.
He's not manipulating the integrity of the game.
But I'm saying if you're playing in a game, to me, I draw no distinction in betting on or betting against your team. You're betting on a game you're playing in. You have compromised the game.
If you're in the locker room,
if
you're in the locker room, just you in the locker room, do you think you'd have an advantage of knowing what the Rams' game plan was if Matt Stafford was a little banged up, if the Rams were going to try to limit plays?
But if I was betting the under in that game, it was based on my knowledge of what was going on. That's inside information. But if I was in that locker room and I was throwing a game back to your in the flats, throw a pick six to make sure that we don't cover or lose the game, that's where the integrity gets factored in. And that's where the other guys in that locker room would have a big problem with it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
But
I'm
I do
100% with you.
But people worry on the Pete Rose thing. Okay, so if he's betting on the Reds to win, what if the Reds go on a 5-game losing streak and now he's behind the man?
That's
so
right.
What you got to do now? You're going to bet on them to lose a game so you can make up with the man.
Okay, but he never did that.
that we know
as far
of.
as we know.
No, we would know. I mean,
but that's why betting on your team, period, end of sentence. I don't care if it's to win or to lose.
Shouldn't be playing, but it's different.
Yeah, I disagree with you on that. We've always disagreed. I mean, when we used to talk about Pete Rose, you and I disagreed on that.
When we come back to Bunkers in Auburn, LT is going to tell you how you can get tickets thanks to our friends at Michelob Ultra to an upcoming game. It is game 96. Is that what I'm talking about?
It is
game 95.
Game 95, match 95, the winner of game 86 and winner of game 88.
Yeah, we're talking knockout round game in Atlanta. And here at Bunkers in Auburn today, you can register to win those tickets. We'll tell you how when we come back on the other side. The show today being brought to you by our friends at Crane U. Take us to break, LT, with Crane U.
Hey, look, if you are curious about a career in the crane industry, the first big step, getting certified, becoming fully compliant, Crane U here to guide you every single step of the way. From inspections, training, certifications, whatever you need, Crane U's got it handled. One call you make and you're good. Whether you talk to Francis, Nicole, any of the great folks here at Crane U, make sure you mention the next round. For more information, craneu.com. That is craneu.com.
We interrupt this program for breaking news. From the gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorneys, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777. Or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations: Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you: Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Final hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's on Highway 119 in Alabaster. See everything they offer at champy'schicken.com. Sterling and the crew down there, Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, the chicken brined overnight, hand-cut chicken fingers, in-house made sides, in-house made desserts. It's all at Champy's Chicken. Go and enjoy them. Bunkers, man, beautiful, beautiful location here in downtown Auburn, just off Glen Street. If you haven't been to Auburn in years, skyscrapers here. These tall buildings where they're condos and people live downtown, this great area off of Glen Street, just a few blocks away from Jordan-Hare Stadium, where tonight Lionel Messi will take the turf inside that grand old SEC football stadium. He'll be there getting ready for the World Cup coming up at 7:30. Brown will be inside the stadium with his daughter. But the town is abuzz. I'm texting with people around town right now, and they say it feels like an SEC game day in town already.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, getting in town a few hours ago and just watching, there were tailgates set up around the campus. There is a buzz here. Make sure you drop by, see us here at Bunkers, Kitchen and Social Club, $5 Ultras, $5 Stellas all night long. Stop in, your opportunity to win tickets to the World Cup match 95. This is winner's bracket, as Dunaway said earlier, winner of the game 86 against winner of the game 88. July 7th in Atlanta on 11 o'clock, match kick there. So come see us here at Bunkers, your opportunity to win those World Cup tickets.
Yeah, can't wait to do that. And then, of course, tonight, the largest crowd expected to ever see a soccer game in the state of Alabama, breaking the record of the 1996 Olympics. Remember, part of soccer was played in Birmingham at Legion Field. That night, Argentina beat USA 3-1, 83,183. Still amazing that Gene Hallman and company were able to get a Team USA game at Legion Field in Birmingham against Argentina in the Olympics, in the 1996 Olympics.
Yeah. And when you think back on it, the U.S., obviously Athens was the host of the gold medal game, right? So technically they were playing the closest venue to the gold medal game, not that it ultimately mattered. But I remember when it came out, seeing that the U.S. was coming to Birmingham, man, that was exciting.
And look, Legion Field is a rat hole, unfortunately, now.
We didn't know any better.
What was it in 96? Like, I wasn't around.
It was, but we didn't know any better. All stadiums were rat holes. That's before everybody was like, all right, we're going to spend all our money on a really nice stadium with suites. I mean, every stadium was kind of old and run down and didn't have suites in it.
Yeah, and I guess at that point, Alabama was still playing home games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they, I mean, it was still in good. It still had the upper deck because it was 83,183.
Did either one of y'all sit in the upper deck?
No, I was in the end zone.
I was in the suite area because the Olympics were on NBC, and I worked at NBC 13 at the time. It was one of the early first dates for young Jim and Maggie.
Nice.
There's a picture somewhere. I couldn't find it last night of her and I at the game in NBC 13 red, white, and blue striped polos.
Only reason I got to go was a buddy of mine. Was there a lottery for tickets? Was that how it worked?
It was a hard sell.
Yeah, it was a hard sell, and I think there was some sort of lottery for tickets. And a buddy of mine got 4, and one of it was for his girlfriend, and they broke up like 2 weeks before the Olympics. They didn't have anybody else to go, so I got the invite. That's the only reason
you'll take it, right?
I took it. They ended up getting back together and getting married, but she has never let me forget that. That fact that I bumped her out of her only shot to see an Olympics.
Still married?
Still married. Yeah, still married with kids. Yeah, been going at it a long time. Marriage, that is. I other things.
I think the game that we had to, if I read the
I
bracket
tried
correct,
to find this. I could not find it.
It's a round of 16 games. So it's not even a knockout game. It is the next round. So you've already got not only the knockout round, the tickets we're giving away or registering for here today. It's already winners in the knockout round. This is basically Sweet 16 tickets.
Okay.
So that's pretty amazing in Atlanta. Really good set of tickets.
Really good set of tickets.
Wait, and so will that game be at Mercedes?
Yeah, it's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I
It's
guess
real grass
it's a
somehow.
standalone game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel like I educated you guys on the real grass thing
Well,
today.
it's surprising that they would choose.
I agree. Like, why would you even play in those venues?
Yes, surprising they would choose bad real turf over artificial turf because that turf cannot be good. It never is. I mean,
wait and see.
Well, then somebody tell Arizona how to do it.
I mean,
that stadium's awful.
play in Lambeau, play in Soldier Field. You know,
Bears don't even want to play at Soldier Field.
Well, then you don't get the best stadium in the world right now.
SoFi would get left out. And Mercedes-Benz is a phenomenal stadium. I love that stadium.
Yeah. All right. So it's time for trash, brought to you today by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Hit it, Tyler.
Now, the women love you when you get out there. Why do you think that is?
What'd you say?
The women love you when you get out there.
Why is that, ladies?
Well, I'm asking you.
Huh? Because I
What do you
look
think
good.
that is? You
I
look
smell good. I
Yes.
feel good.
And you sing good.
And make love good.
Oh, well, there we are. We don't have to ask anybody else. We got that from the source. There you are.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
easy to drink, easy to enjoy. We start first with the World Cup.
Oh, hey, it's in town, I've heard.
Scotland fan closing in on the finish line of a 3,000-mile walk across the U.S. after spending more than 100 days crossing the country in a kilt ahead of this 2026 World Cup.
You think it's better on the boys to wear a kilt or wear underwear? I mean, you still wear underwear under a kilt, right?
You don't have to.
You don't have to? I've never worn a kilt.
I mean, it depends. Like, if you just want to let them hang.
Would you go al fresco?
I
think if
maybe.
I'm walking, I would get a little more air movement in there so it doesn't get so bad. Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like there's any like four-seasoned kilts. It seems like they're pretty
they
much wool.
seem pretty thick. Yeah, I would agree.
Now, this is Craig Ferguson, 22 years old, set off from L.A. on February 23rd. Aims to reach Boston in time for Scotland's opening World Cup match on June 14th. Now, the challenge known as the Tartan Trek sees Ferguson walk the equivalent of a marathon every day for 104 consecutive days.
Hard pass.
While raising money and awareness for men's mental health. His goal is to raise $1 million.
He's walking, though.
Now
Not running a marathon.
Yeah, but still a hard
Still,
pass.
damn, that would be awesome.
That's a lot of walking.
Now, the trek comes 2 years after Ferguson walked 1,000 miles from Glasgow to Munich ahead of the Euro 2024, raised more than $70,000 for the charity. As his journey has gained attention online, Ferguson responded to social media users mocking Europeans who think they can walk between World Cup host cities in the United States.
I did see this guy has become very popular on social media. I don't know if you've seen him done away, but it's a German soccer fan who's come to the United States for the first time.
He loved Dahlonega.
I guess he's based in the Tennessee mountains somewhere, and he keeps discovering, like he discovered Helen, Georgia, which is like a German flair. He's discovered like the Smoky Mountains and all that. And he's like, man, America's incredible. I mean, like this is his first time.
Waffle House.
Yeah, he's first time he ever ate at a Waffle
Going
House.
back?
He said it was amazing. Gave it a 10 out of 10. So it's just kind of cool to see a guy that's discovering it for the first time.
A north of Fort Myers woman got quite the surprise last month when her lawn gnomes suddenly went missing, and a deputy said the culprit made a memorable getaway. Now, according to the sheriff's office, theft happened on May 19th when the homeowner noticed several of her decorative gnomes had been taken from her yard. Luckily, the Ring camera caught everything on video. Footage shows a man pulling up on a distinctive tricycle, getting off, casually walking into the front yard. I would think any tricycle is
Distinctive, yeah, if you're a grown person on a tricycle.
Now, deputies say he then picked up multiple lawn ornaments before riding away with the gnomes. Detectives quickly got to work to identify the suspect using both the video, other investigative leads. Their search eventually led them to a homeless camp in North Fort Myers. June 2nd, deputies said they found the man matching the description from the video. The man was identified as John Ramey. Investigators say he was still in possession of the tricycle that looked like the one that had seen in the footage. Authorities say Ramey led the detectives back to his campsite where all of the missing lawn gnomes were found. He was arrested.
I guess we need to pause right here and go back to the studio. I'm told via text you're reading the wrong day's trash, so they may not have the photos to go with it today.
Oh.
Tyler, am I right about that?
You are correct. That is tomorrow's trash. So I haven't, Scott nor I have no pictures, videos, graphics to throw over these stories.
So you want to do today's trash tomorrow? And
Yeah. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
We just won't have videos.
No video, no photos.
I
All right.
apologize. I just pulled, obviously on remote. Don't have the hard copy. Just pulled it. It was the first thing that came
But
up.
I applaud Tyler for working that far in advance, Tyler. You already had tomorrow's trash done today.
It's actually the motto of the segment, tomorrow's trash today.
That's right.
Twitch streamer I'm No Kenneth has revealed he caught his girlfriend of 2 years cheating on him with her own cousin.
Ooh.
Using the camera inside of their $900 Litter Robot 5 Pro is the key piece of evidence. Now, Kenneth posted the story in a YouTube video that quickly went viral, detailing how he first grew suspicious when his girlfriend, Catalina, fellow streamer who previously went by Kverts on Twitch, was repeatedly FaceTiming her cousin behind a locked bathroom door. Now, after overhearing a suggestive conversation while she was in the shower, Kenneth remembered the high-tech litter box in the bathroom had built-in camera and remotely logged into the feed. Through the camera feed, Kenneth claims he saw his girlfriend naked, propping her phone against the mirror to show off to her cousin on FaceTime. Now, rather than confront her immediately, he knocked on the door, asked for a phone, walked to his room, locked it. Audio from the video captures her banging on the door, repeating, quote, "Kenneth, open the door, give me my phone." Now, he then went through her deleted messages, Snapchat and Notes app, where he found explicit photos and messages describing her cousin as, quote, boyfriend material, and claiming she felt a, quote, disconnect from Kenneth.
Okay, I know how the back room likes to do these things here, Dunaway, so I'm going to be as upfront about this as I can. This is not me asking this question. I was in a conversation once, though, that this question was asked, okay?
Fifth cousin is your answer.
Oh, by the way, guys, he lined up next to me in the urinal twice today, has not looked at my meat one time.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you. And this is a pretty open urinal situation. Would you not agree?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and did I look down one time?
Not that I
had
noticed.
eye contact. You and I talked the whole time. Thank you. How far? Dunaway says fifth, so I don't even know how to do the math on
Yeah, I
fifth.
don't know.
Yeah, you're not really.
We know
Yeah.
first is a no-go.
First is a no-go. How far, and I was asked this once, how far away do you got a hot cousin, how far away do you have to get?
Okay, well, I can't tell you how dysfunctional my family is, but this is a true story. And I will get, like, the older we get, the more I will unleash about my family.
Okay, good.
It's
I like
a great story.
Yeah.
But me and Rockstar were down at the wharf in Gulf Shores.
Okay.
And we're hanging out talking to these two girls basically for 2 hours. And we're all doing shots, and I found out one of them's my first cousin.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't make that up.
Oh, we're getting a photo made. Everybody.
Can't make that up. So I'm just saying, like, with that said, though, like, I'm going to say third or fourth cousin.
She was a first cousin?
She was a first
Okay.
cousin. She was my mom's sister's daughter.
Okay. Third cousin feels pretty far removed there. Jim went all the way to fifth. I don't even know if you count that high. But
It is,
third cousin, you're barely related.
Fifth, you're not really cousins.
Yeah, fifth, you just live in the same state sometimes.
I just looked it up. I just looked it up.
What's that?
It's legal in all 50 states to marry your second cousin or further distance from that.
Yeah, second
Second's
feels way
really
too
close.
It does.
Yeah, second feels too close.
I think I would just separate that at least by one. I probably would go to a different dating pool. I know some people have parameters and you can only get so much done. And I guess when we were recreating the population under certain times.
Well, I mean, originally it was Adam Eve, and then it was Cain and Abel.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then they had a third child, and then it went from there.
Well, we probably waived the rules back then. I mean, you had to start somehow. I mean, God dropped the green flag, and the race had to start, Jim.
I'll hold on fifth
Fifth?
cousin.
Okay, Jim's going to stay at fifth.
We'll say you can kind of tell in certain communities when they have bred too closely to the gene pool.
Sometimes, yeah.
Eyes a little crossed.
Yeah, never
Either
know.
a little bucked out.
Yeah.
Humanoid robot demonstration has sparked safety concerns after a video circulating on social media.
We talking marrying or just making out?
No, I was asking like.
I'll stick at 5 for marrying.
All right, okay.
Making out, I'll go to
You
third.
brought the 3.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Now, after a video circulating on social media appeared to show a unitary G1 robot accidentally kicking a young child during a public event, Footage shows what is believed to be the Unitree G1 humanoid robot wearing a blue wig, performing a roundhouse kick that struck a young child standing nearby. I actually saw this a couple of days ago. If it would have kicked him in the face, we probably have a problem.
Yeah, it kicks him right in the gut. And I'm thinking if I'm the dad standing next to him. So have you seen this video?
Nope.
We would have had it tomorrow.
Looking forward to it.
Yes. It's a robot that is probably, I mean, it's not like really tall. It was about the kid's size.
Yeah.
It's, you know, normal size kid, one of these kids at the table down here, right? And the robot's dancing and it turns and it kicks the kid right in the gut. Now, if I'm the dad standing next to the kid, what's your reaction there? I mean, it's a pretty hard kick, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, do you toss water on the robot? Does that make it short out?
I think I push the robot down.
I think I go to whoever's controlling the robot.
Oh, do you?
And I kick him.
Now, the child was hit in the stomach, appeared to be in pain after the impact. According to the Chinese media, child was not seriously injured. Incident has renewed discussion about the risk associated with deploying advanced humanoid robots in public environments.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's controlling it, right? So I got to go to the controller at that point.
Yeah.
That's the person who made the kick move happen.
I think I start with the robot. I knock the robot down to the ground so it doesn't kick again, and then I go have a conversation.
And that is all I've got, fellas. And I apologize for the audio or the video and the clips and
still good track.
It
was very good track.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Tell us one more time about the opportunity here at Bunkers that you have today, because we're now 4.5 hours from first kick tonight of Argentina and Iceland. The last chance for Messi and his team to get right before the pool play starts. World Cup action, real games begin on Thursday in Mexico City, Friday here in the U.S. All the games are on Fox. But here tonight in Auburn, Alabama, in the packed Jordan-Hare Stadium, you get to see a legend in Lionel Messi, and then you get the opportunity to watch the World Cup after this, and there's a chance that you can go to a future game in Atlanta.
Yes, I have decided to ride today. I brought my designated driver with me, so I'm going to hang out for a little bit with our friends from AB and enjoy some of these $5 Ultras and Stellas. You can do that all night long right here at Bunkers, but when you come by after 3 o'clock, as Dunaway said, your opportunity to win legitimate World Cup Match 95 tickets. This is going to be the winner of Game 86 versus the winner of Game 88, July 7th in Atlanta, 11 o'clock. Is when that match starts up, but you can win tickets from our friends at Michelob Ultra and Stella. Drop by and see us and enjoy these incredible specials right here at Bunkers.
Yep. So this unbelievable sports bar, Bunkers, right here. The food keeps coming to the tables. It's about that time when I'm hungry now, and it all smells and tastes delicious. And all the cold beer this afternoon. It's been a great location at Bunkers. We appreciate you guys being with us. We're back in studio tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Time. We'll get Sleepy Brown because he'll be in late tonight.
Yes.
After he gets out of Auburn with 87,000 fans and an Eagle flight. They're going to have the Eagle flight tonight. Yeah. They've been practicing for that. So Messi will get to see the Eagle fly. And probably there'll be some words like Badagita at some point that Messi will have to be explained what's going on.
And what are these people saying?
Yeah.
I know I don't speak English, but
should be a lot of fun. Very good. Very fluent in English, by the way.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
I know I don't speak. I was talking about me, Jeff. I know I don't speak English.
All right, that's the show today. We're back. Hey, thanks to Tyler and Brooks and Forrester back in studio making this all work. Some of the great staff here at Bunkers in Auburn, a destination location for you on game day when you're down on the plains. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.